what's up, my BMX nerd friends? Welcome back. We're a day late. That's okay. Today we got Zach Bearley. If you haven't heard of him, he's a local Arizona rider from Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh. And he moved here and made a big impact on the scene. He put out this video full length called Burnin Up, and it's pretty amazing. And if you stick around in the video, we actually watch the three main parts and kind of break it down. So it's the first time doing it that way, in person, watching something together, which is cool. And yeah, hope you enjoy it. It was last minute. We filmed it Sunday night, and we're putting it out Tuesday morning. So hope you guys have a good week. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. KANODE Knows is brought to you by Dig. Share the show with your friends, and let's get into it. Here's Zach Bearley. Hey, Zach Bearley.
Oh, shit.
Welcome to the podcast with our special guest, Trip.
My man.
Say hi to everybody. What's up?
Give me some.
Yeah, give him some. For those of you listening, Trip is my three-legged dog, and Zach he's his godfather. Every time I go out of town, Mr. Zach Bearley takes care of him, and they have a good relationship, you know?
We have fun.
We have fun. What's the weirdest shit that you haven't told me about when you have him?
I think I tell you about most things, I'll be honest. But maybe the weirdest thing was when he ate a bunch of grass and he was pooping and it was like stuck, and I had to help him get it out. I had to pull it out for him. We bonded hard when that
fatherhood.
happened. That was when we became, really tight.
Did you do it barehanded or use a bag?
Dude, he was struggling, so I jumped in barehanded.
No shit.
I had, dude. I'm gonna leave him out there for I had to help him out.
Poopy hands.
It was mostly grass.
It's organic, dude.
It was mostly grass. I pulled it out for him, and then I had to hose him off. That was probably the weirdest part.
That's nice.
'Cause I had to hold him still and blast him in the ass with water.
Dogs are wild. I learned that they eat grass because their stomach gets upset, and then that calms their stomach down. I panicked when he first started doing it because I was like, "What the fuck, dude? I can't.
Yeah.
No way." But after brief Googling, it's all good.
Yeah.
They're resilient. I am worried about his little pimples I showed you.
Yeah.
He's got something on his back leg, a couple on his head. Health check for Trip.
He'll be all right.
Well, where do we start with you, dude?
I don't know. Where do we start?
How long have you been in Arizona, and where are you from?
I moved to Arizona October 2019, and I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
That's crazy. It's been 4 years already.
Mm-hmm. I got probably 4 months before COVID. It was
yeah.
Right before it was party constantly.
That's great. What was it like when you first moved here? Who was the first people you met?
I came out mostly knowing David Anderson and Hayden, really.
How did you know David?
David is from New Jersey, and he and one of my good friends, Max, were tight, and he came to visit, and that's how I met him. And then we would just talk all the time on the phone, and he convinced me to move out here somehow. And that's really it.
He's like, Arizona's the shit, and then now he's gone.
I came and visited, and I really liked it, and I liked all the people, and I came out, and then just from there just branched out. Like Hayden introduced me to you, and then
when did we first meet?
I remember the session Hayden took me. You were filming with Nick and Hayden. I remember Hayden doing a Smith Oppo bar at some ledge into a downhill.
Smith Oppo bar.
Dude, yeah, that's all I got. It was just some random session for you, for
I can't remember shit. Oh, this is in 2019?
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Pre-COVID?
Mm-hmm.
I guess we've been working on Mediocre too since before COVID. Fuck.
Yeah. It was the first time I met Nick, and I thought he didn't like me.
Of course, he's got that resting mean face.
Mm-hmm. And then you talk to him, and you find out he's like a teddy bear.
Yep.
So
sweetheart.
And now we're boys.
Poor Nick, dude. He's the knee. We were just talking about that. So we just got back from riding with Clay, and it's just us three, right? No, Kyle was out with his son Onyx. That was fun.
Yeah,
Kyle Hart.
dude. Little ripper.
Dude, so we're at the colorful little prefab mini park by my house, maybe a mile away. Kyle brings his 3-year-old son, and the first thing you saw it, and it was like it was in slow motion. He didn't know that it was a wedge without another wedge going back down, and he's fearless on the bike. He has a helmet on, but
he went over a roller first, and then he saw a bank and was like, "Oh, let's go!" And then didn't realize it dropped, and
we all
literally
watched him,
went straight to his chin.
He went over It almost looked like he could have landed it if it was a little bit lower, but he
If he was
went
going a little
over the
faster.
bars, scorpioned, and hit
I
his
felt
hit
so
his
bad.
hit his mouth, and it was just waterworks for like maybe 25 minutes of crying and just seeing dad or Kyle go into dad mode and taking care of him and coming down. It was pretty sick.
He did good.
He's got good.
And then he bounced back and he started having fun.
Yeah,
He's a
that's
tough little
the
kid.
sickest shit. Because Kyle gave him, he's like, we can go home, and the kid was like, no, it's okay.
I heard him. He's,
Yeah.
I don't want to go home.
So good.
Yes.
We got to get kids, man.
Yeah.
How far off are you from kids?
Oh, fucking pretty far off.
missing a couple steps.
Pretty far off.
All right, let's go back to origins in Arizona. So you first move here, you meet, or you know David and Hayden. You met me and Nick, and then
I met Tyler and Kyle.
yeah, Tyler Phipps and
Mm,
Kyle. What is
Mon?
Kyle Main? Mon?
Yes.
Monet.
Mon.
Monet.
Before we were talking about Kyle Hart.
Yeah.
Just so the viewers don't get.
Kyle Everyday Crew.
Yes.
Yeah, and then he kind of shaped your life a little bit, huh?
He helped me out a lot,
Yeah.
dude. And then he got me at my company that
Yeah.
I work now, and I am in love with my job right now. So I can't.
What is your
thank
job?
him enough. I
Tell
survey
us.
land. So we make maps and we do construction, staking, and all kinds of cool stuff.
Why do you like
that.
it so much?
I like it because it's a half and half outside, inside.
Yeah.
Do like some AutoCAD work, but you also get to go see cool places. And I found out through my job now that I'm a nerd for geography and the
Sick.
earth, and I really like that stuff. And being in a state that I didn't grow up in, it's all new to me, and I'm just fascinated.
Yeah,
I
you get to
drive
see the
around,
Arizona
like,
wilderness.
mouth open, staring at mountains and collecting cool
What's the
rocks and
coolest spot
stupid
in
stuff.
Arizona you think that you've been to so
Coolest
far?
spot?
For work, at least.
Well, we just did work on SR-88 that goes through like all the Apache Lake, all those rivers that goes to Roosevelt.
Lived here my whole life, don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's an old highway. Like they drove horse and buggy on this highway, and
That's dope.
it's all on the edge of a mountain, no guardrail.
Sick.
If you aren't paying attention, you will drive off the edge and die.
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful. It's on the backside of Four Peaks, on
Okay.
the east side of it,
Yeah.
kind of. And that
That's
was
fire.
the coolest place I've had to work yet. It was
Driving
really
up the switchbacks and shit.
Yeah.
Is there switchbacks?
cool. A little
Probably
bit,
not.
here and there. We met a cowboy out there who lives kind of remote and told us he gets around on a horse and
Hell yeah.
farms, and I was like, that's kind of
That's who we need to go to when the apocalypse happens.
Yes,
you know?
yes. We'll go hit him up.
It's so scary thinking about that.
Oh,
I-
I hear you.
I've been watching Yellowstone, like I told you earlier, and just like how they're, cowboys just taking care of cows and eating their food. And it's like, I don't know, there's something that's just like, oh, that's the right way to do shit.
Mhm.
This is all weird and fake. And
Well, with the price of eggs and milk right now, I wish I had some
For real.
chickens and cows.
that's the move. We got to move out of the city, get some chickens, maybe a cow if we're lucky. And then
Couple.
that's it.
Couple of each.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Paying attention to like current events and all the shit that's going on, I'm like, oh man, I'm kind of concerned.
Mm-hmm. It's getting scary, but that's life. I've honestly told myself a couple times, if we're the generation that gets to watch the world end, that's kind of
That's pretty cool.
cool.
Nice. Good optimistic take.
Like, it's not cool, but I was there.
I was there.
You know?
This like recent shit with the balloon, the China spy balloon. Have you seen that? Well, there was I think it was Wyoming or Montana. There was it's like 80,000 feet in the air. There was a white balloon with a satellite underneath it, and it was from China, confirmed from the Chinese government. Yeah, that's our balloon. And everybody's screaming, shoot it down, shoot it down. But it was just like over where I think we store most of our nukes in America. Like, which is like crazy. And then I saw some people talking about it's like a test to see what China will or what we would allow China to get away with in our airspace. And I think the logic behind not shooting it down is because it would fall down and maybe hurt somebody. So they waited until it went over the ocean and then finally shot it down. I can't believe you didn't hear about this.
I
This
did
is
not hear about this.
all
That's
the
funny.
news for the past couple of days. It's pretty interesting.
Wow.
Low-key scary too. Just thinking about like from that area, they could do an EMP from that high up and then like make our nukes and all the power grid fall out in that part of the. It's like, whoa, are we gonna
The
go into
last
nuclear
thing I
war?
heard was that we just gave a bunch of tanks
yeah,
to Ukraine,
Yep.
and I was pretty upset about that.
Yeah. What
'cause
are we doing?
All it takes is one of them to get shot, and then them reverse engineer, and then they have our tank technology.
Oh shit,
And
that's
Russia
interesting
will
to think
sell
about.
that to China in a heartbeat.
Huh. I wonder who's got better tanks, us or Russia or China.
Us.
I think it's almost
it's
comforting. It's almost comforting thinking about like nukes because nobody wants to do it. Because if you do it,
The
it's
world's
the end of the
over.
world. Yeah.
Why would you do that?
We're just at a stalemate. I don't know what's gonna happen. Well,
Why would
back
you
from
do
World War III, let's
Yeah,
talk about
yeah.
bikes.
that? Bikes. That's what
You're
brought
really
us here.
good. And I'm stoked on you because you moved here. You weren't a dick. You weren't like entitled or like an asshole. And some people move to a new scene and they're like, I'm the fucking shit, you know, and it's like they suck. But you've been super humble, but also like very hardworking, and you got your job, which is dope, like and admirable because a lot of kids still have the dream of like I want to make money from BMX, and then they realize like, oh shit, you know, it's a little bit harder, and then they're just mooching and complaining and all that shit. But you got a job, and then you're also pushing it with BMX. You did a full-length video, which is no easy feat. Like you, Nick Bonnell, and Tyler Phipps, the main parts, savages. If you guys haven't seen Burnin Up, I'll put it in the description. It's a really good video. And yeah, I like your general outlook. What is your general outlook? What have you learned? What's the lessons? And I guess, how long have you been riding total?
Over a decade now. I started in like 8th grade.
So
Kinda
13 or
late.
14?
Yeah.
That is kind of late. I
something
started when I was
that.
like 16 though. So
I will
I'm with you.
always remember my good buddy Ben Benoni. We were in 8th grade and we started like jumping downstairs and barely being able to get up curbs. We were like, let's go ride street. And we would just basically ride around the school and like jump off of anything we could jump off of. And one day he came into homeroom and was like, Zach, I did a 180 yesterday and I like faked out.
Yes.
And I was like, what? How? It blew my mind. Like
I remember that
I have a
feeling, too.
vague memory of that, and it like changed my whole
It's crazy.
perspective. Like if you really tried enough times, you will figure it out.
Yeah, I think that's the first trick that everybody learns is 180.
Yep. I learned fakies, and then like you'd learn how to fakie, and then you'd learn how to 180 and fakie out, and then you learn how to 3.
Yeah, I learned how to fakie first before I 180'd. I would push off of I had a steep driveway, so I would push off of it with my front wheel and just go backwards as far as I could. And then you learn to 180, and man, it's so crazy thinking back. The like learning curve for BMX is probably harder. What do you think's harder, skating or BMX? The learning curve. to
Me,
get
I
into it.
think skating. But I've had a lot of skater friends tell
I'd
me
say
they
me
think
too,
riding
yeah.
a bike's harder. But I think the intricacy of how to use your feet to make a piece of wood.
Yeah, you gotta be
Dude.
nimble.
When I see these dudes like kickflip onto a rail, I'm like,
Yeah, no
way.
shot.
How did you purposely tray flip onto a rail? No.
It's unbelievable. I remember my neighbor kids skated and they were the cool kids, and I was like, I want to try that. And then I tried it and fell on my ass, and I was like, I can't do it. I need something to hang on to. So I started scooting on a little scooter, and then I got a mountain bike, and then eventually BMX. But
I did start probably with a skateboard, and then my cousin, who's 2 years younger than me, had a BMX bike and lived right next to a skate park.
nice.
So he would be like, let's go to the skate park. And we would kind of do both. Like we would take them both and trade. And he had a bike.
What can you do on
He
a
had
skateboard
boards,
now?
too. Dude, I can kickflip 1 in 10 tries.
Sick.
Everything I'm about
Skater.
to mention is about 1 in 10 tries. I can shove it. I can board slide little rails.
Nice.
But I can't ollie. I can front 180, but I can't ollie. Every time I ollie, I open up. I spin. That's why I can board slide, because I
Open up and
always spin.
That's interesting.
So everyone who knows when we play games of skate, they always set an ollie. I'm like, fuck you, dude.
That's embarrassing.
You know I can't do that.
It's like playing bike and doing a bunny hop.
Yeah. Imagine if you couldn't bunny
Yeah,
hop.
I
but
can
you
only
could,
180, dude.
You could double peg a rail.
Yeah.
I
No,
can't
you
bunny
can
hop.
crank arm.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your favorite trick to do? You've been riding for a long time. You can do almost anything.
I think most of my friends would know the answer to this, and that would be tail whips.
Really?
Yeah.
No. You hate tail whip.
Yeah, I hate it.
Pegs hard. Anything, I would say.
It's between that. It's between a pegs hard and a whip.
Whip is a
Those are
cool
my two
trick.
tricks.
That's the one that like pleases people who don't know anything about BMX.
That's why I
They're
got good.
Wow,
at
you
it.
could do that?
Because
Yeah.
the layman is very impressed by a tail whip.
Holy smokes. The bicycle went around in a little circle.
Even like a truck,
yeah.
I feel like an average person would be like, whatever.
Yeah, pretty cool.
But
like,
when you
did something.
tail whip,
Yeah.
the average
The whole
person,
bike went around, man.
I was laughing so hard earlier when Kyle's son told Clay he should do a backflip on that bank spot.
Very mellow. It's like steel bank, and ledges going up the sides, and we say, Onyx, what should we do? I don't know, do a backflip. Yeah, all right. Keep training, kid. I don't know. He's got potential, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Imagine starting riding at 3, and then you get into racing, and then you become, you know, LaShawn or Dennis or all the race. I think Dennis started when he was. Do you know if Dennis Anderson was a racer?
I just know everyone who started racing is at an advantage.
Yeah,
but I
got mad bike control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome also when Kyle did some trick at the park and he looked at us and went, "That's my dad."
That's
like,
so sick.
Really? Nice.
Man, we love Kyle and Onyx.
But you asked what like my MO is, I think. You asked like what my outlook is on BMX.
Yes.
To circle back. I realized that to make money off of it, to make it your job, I mean it's pretty hard.
Yeah.
So I settled, I guess, in my mind and decided I want to have a job and a career that I care about, and I want to put every other aspect of my life into BMX because I do love it, but I'm not like trying to make money off of it. It's a hobby. It's a hobby, it's a passion, it's a lifestyle, and it's something I care a lot about, but I also want to have food on the table and
pay rent,
a nice car, and you know,
balance.
Yes.
And it's not entirely impossible to do it. Like that's how Robbie and Clay are. They both have good jobs and ride when they can, like 2 times a week, which is pretty dope. That's the way to be. Mm-hmm. It's funny, you were telling me about somebody, we won't say his name, in Long Beach, who you were about to go out there, and then you were like, come out here, and then they're like, I can't, I'm broke, even though like they're, you know, big time in
popping,
and they're popping, and it's just like, fuck, dude, that sucks.
It's a trade-off. Do you want to be popping like that, or do you want to have that balance?
And, I definitely used to want to be popping, and
same.
I think I like it. I got my dream job, you know. I worked for Sabrosa, and then I was like, oh yeah, you know, this. I kind of grew up a little. I was like, man, you know, I wish there could be more, but there's not. So you gotta switch it up.
And I think there's a lot of pride to be had in doing it like Clay and Robbie, having a job and a family, and
doing it
when you can, you get out and do it, and you aren't doing it at a level where. I look at them as like they're filming video parts. Yeah. They're taking it serious, but not more serious than the rest of their life.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a good balance that they have.
I think it's commendable.
I don't think I have that balance. You ride way more than me at this point. Today was the first day getting out for me in like 2 or 3 months at least, which is, you know, shameful, but life happens. And how often are you riding now? You work full time Monday through Friday?
I do, and it's hit or miss. I like to say if I had the ability and my friends were free, I'll ride every day. But sometimes I go out of town for work, so then I don't really get to ride.
Where do you go out of town for work?
Wherever we're working.
Nice.
Like 2 weeks ago, we were on the Colorado River, so that's the border between AZ and Cali.
Yeah.
And we had to stay 3 nights in a hotel. So I didn't ride that week.
Map shit out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically.
That's dope.
People who see you like, what are you doing? You work for Google Maps?
Something like that. Yeah.
A little better, but no. But like I try to ride every day. I'm one of those people, I guess you could say I'm antsy or just like always want to do something. I can't stand sitting around.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. Like watching TV,
chilling.
For me is what I do before I go to bed. I don't watch TV to watch TV. I don't play video games. I always want to be doing something. So I'm very grateful. Now I have 4 Sabrosa rails thanks to Chadwick and Kyle, everyday Kyle. So I've been riding that in my street a little bit.
Hell yeah. What's the last thing you learned?
Last thing I learned.
You're a rail guy. We were just talking about this. We were talking about Arizona spots don't really have your, like, what you desire with, like,
I just recently did a pegs, tires, oppo pegs. 180.
That's sick.
I don't know why.
Pegs, hop up tires to drop down pegs.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I just figured that out like a week ago. It's not as recent, but I just learned the pedal crank arm feeble things. I didn't learn them till they were cool to learn.
Pedal crank arm feeble. Oh, like on a ledge.
Like the Mickey Fleck grind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not on the Sabrosa rail.
No.
I was
I'm just saying, dude, that's something I learned recently. That's because of ice and Big Ocean.
It's a trendy trick. That was I think it became trendy in 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm late to the party for sure, but I
It's still
decided
hip.
to learn them, and they're so fun.
I'd say it's
They're
still
so
hip.
fun. They're just awesome.
I remember learning pedal grinds when I first started getting into bikes. Cleon was into them, and Ian Schwartz was big time on those. Like, I think Ian Schwartz did the first front pedal grind to hard 180, which is still like unfathomable. It was like doing that the new trendy shit to hard 180, which is
That's nuts.
very rare.
I've tried. It's really hard.
You're a hard 180 aficionado. What do you think is the hardest grind to hard 180 out of?
Crooks are really hard.
That's what Jordan said
think,
too.
I think those tooth hards are really hard.
Oh yeah, the party.
People make
party
them look
tooth.
really easy, but
Yeah.
I can't do them, and I can crook hard.
It don't make any sense to me.
But yeah, those are really hard. But we could go down the rabbit hole. Be like, oh, rodeo grinds.
Rodeo grind to hard 180.
Those are the hardest ones.
Unlucky hard. That's a tough one.
Yeah,
It's got to be tough. Lucky hard.
I can't lucky. I'm awful at them.
That's terrible.
So bad.
What
at
a
'em.
shame.
I don't know. Yeah.
Get yourself to the skate park.
Maybe
Ruin
that,
your
that
pedals.
should be my next one. Oh, my pedals are already gone.
Toast.
Gone.
Do you do the shit where you rub down one side of the pedal and keep the other side with pins?
If you do 4 of those pedal feeble grinds, you don't need to. It'll just.
It does it itself.
Yeah. It'll
Yeah.
wear them down.
I would go out. I would remember when I wanted to lucky at the skate park. I would go out to the parking lot and then just put my foot down and slide on a curb and ruin one side, a red curb with paint, so that I could look down and see if I'm on the right side of the pedal and then do my luckies.
I do that for my trampoline bike pedals.
Nice. Yeah.
Take it to the driveway so you don't put holes in
Smooth
the
it out.
trampoline.
Yeah. You have, so there's tramp biking and then there's your tramp biking. You have like you still have the cranks and pedals on, and what else makes it? I think that's basically it. Cause
Yeah.
like
Cranks
the fun
and
tramp
pedals,
biking,
and the pedals have to be able to spin.
yeah,
You
which
want
is
to do crank
nuts.
flips,
It's so crazy to me.
ETs, and
Because I
stuff.
grew up on tramp bikes that just didn't have cranks, right? And like that's easy. I could tail whip that, but you add pedals to it, and then I can't even do
It's a
tramp
training
bike bar
device.
spin. Yeah,
I
it's crazy.
owe a lot of my skill to the trampoline bike.
That's pretty interesting.
And my cousin Nick Ross. Like growing up, it would be dead of winter. I have a distinct memory of us going out one time to his trampoline at his parents' house, and it was coated with ice, and we just like jumped on it a couple times, broke it, shoveled it off, and we're like, let's go. We're
Let's
playing
go.
trampoline bike. Me and him would just all day crazy, like
That's
Superman,
precious.
tail whip this, and just crazy stuff. And I tell kids all the time, if you can afford to scrape up a second bike, make a trampoline bike, because
Yeah,
it
for real.
really helps you learn stuff. I owe my tail whip ability to a trampoline bike.
What about bar spins? Because when I was trying them at your house, it
100%.
felt like I was actually trying bar spins. Like I was just slamming my knee over and over
If you
again.
can do it on that, you can do it on a bike.
Yeah,
And then
I
sometimes you'll
gotta
be
come
on
back.
your bike and you'll be like, just pretend it's a trampoline bike.
yeah.
It just
Trippy.
works. Little different kind of hop, but once you figure something out on it,
Yeah.
like when I'm not good at decades. I can do them, but I'm not like someone who can do them all the time. But when I filmed that clip, I went every day when I got home from work, I would do 10 on the trampoline bike.
Nice.
So when I went to the spot and finally did it, it worked.
Muscle memory.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. You got to practice shit and then take it to a spot.
Mhm.
That's the move.
I cheated.
That's not cheating, dude. That's training.
It's practicing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same as a foam pit.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
a
would
little cooler.
go to the skate park for, a week in a row and figure out a new trick and then go find a spot to do it on. That's kind of how that's
Yep.
There's purists who are like, no, just try it for the first time in street. Clay's kind of like that. He's like, no, you just gotta try it, learn on camera. And I'm like, fuck, dude. I'd rather train a little bit and then
Rather
get
at
it
least
done
make
quick.
sure I'm not gonna waste my homie's time.
Yeah. He love you, Clay.
One time,
he learned shit on camera.
me and Tyler went to a spot, and I was trying this trick, and I didn't end up getting it. I like one downed it, and like in the car ride back, I was like, I really wanted to do that. It would have been the first one I ever did. And he goes, "You never done that before?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Well, why'd you ask me to film it?" I was like, "Because I thought I could do it."
That's how you gotta do it sometimes.
Yeah.
How do you get yourself psyched up to do the bangers that you like?
Oh, God.
Scary shit.
Patience.
Patience is good.
I'm a slow. It takes me a second, I'll admit. I'm not usually like a sender. I wouldn't claim to be a sender. I'm kind of like let me jump it first.
Yeah.
Let me 180 it. Okay, now I'll 3 it. Okay, now I'll
Calculated.
truck it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm such a baby.
In your
I-
burning up part, what was the scariest shit? The banger?
I was tripping over the banger a little, but when I finally tried it, I was like, wow, I'm an idiot. That was super easy.
Let's see if we can pull it up. Bear with us, guys. Look at this. This is bad, but this is his burning up part.
I don't know what I'd say the scariest thing was.
Let's just go towards the end real quick. Ooh, Peg's hard whip. Do you call that a Peg's hard whip? Right?
I do.
Hard way whip.
You gotta be
it's not a
careful
hard
because it
180
sounds
whip.
like you're saying hard 180.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
But there's a hard and an easy tail whip out of a rail.
Yes. Opposite would be easy. Bar and then tree. Bada bing, bada boom. Like that, for example. Is that scary for you?
I was overthinking it. I overthink everything. Like in my head, I knew I had it. I initially wanted to whip, but it was really hard to get speed to do a whip up there.
Oh, you wanted to whip there.
Yeah, and it was real hard to get speed. And whenever you landed your trick, you had less than a second, and you had to jump off.
That's pretty spooky.
So
How many
like
tries did it take? Did you like do it and then stop on the roof?
I kept I just kept barring and jumping off, barring, jumping off, barring, jumping off, and then
And
when
then
I
180?
finally did that 180, I did it the next try.
Nice. You
And
broke
I don't
the
know
seal.
why I tried the 180 because that is so dumb. I should have just did it then.
Whoo.
Yeah.
How'd you find this spot?
I don't even know. Probably just drove by
Just
it.
driving.
It was like, oh, that roof's kind of low.
Let's give it a
Like-
watch, everybody. Let's see what's going on here. We got the B-roll, the intro. Shout out Hayden, there he is. We'll turn some music on.
My boy.
Let's see how this goes. Oof.
That spot's blown out now.
It's a great spot, though. I don't recognize where that is. But
That's Awatuki.
okay, yeah.
You've had to have been
I've
there
been
a
there,
bunch
yeah.
of times.
That's great.
That might be one of my favorite clips.
That's a damn good clip.
That,
Bump, jump, whip.
that rock
Yeah.
is just perfect transition somehow, and I take people there all the time. I'm like, please hit this, please hit this. You have
That's
to
a
hit
sick
this.
spot. Yeah.
And everyone's like, no way, it's not gonna work. It shoots you right up. It's
That's
awesome.
pretty dope. This looks...
Hayden filmed this. This actually might be the oldest clip in the video.
That's pretty good.
This is in Chicago.
Oh,
They got all kinds of
Lord.
those little rails.
yeah. I've seen this spot and always wondered. I've never seen much. I think Troy wrote it a long time. Troy Blair wrote it a while ago, and maybe Travis, but haven't seen much on it.
Nick was destroying it, but he could never get what he really wanted
What did he
for
want?
Burnin Up. He was wall riding the inside.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I don't know how fast it can go back, but up in there where you see that red little
Yeah.
sign, he was wall riding in there and
That's
coming
pretty
out, and he was
sick.
trying to wall 180, and he
Wow.
was so close.
That's pretty wild.
Kept like sliding out and just was getting robbed. We never got to go get it again.
Look at this short-haired lad. This is good. Where was that? Here?
That's Milwaukee.
Oh, okay.
Now that spot has a rail at the end of it.
Milwaukee. How do you know the people in Milwaukee? Because you know Michigan scene dudes, and but you're from Pennsylvania, yeah?
Mm-hmm. I went to some jam a long time ago with my buddies, the Grindworks dudes. There's a little crew in
Grindworks.
Pittsburgh.
Tight.
They make pegs, Grindworks. I actually owe them some credit for really taking me under their wing. Andy
Nice.
Vargason, Tyler Kramer, they kind of showed me what street was, and
How old were you when you met them?
maybe 16.
Yeah.
And I was just riding the skate park, and they were like, no, you need to do grinds. You need to do this. You need
Yeah.
to spin oppo, do this. Like, they kind of showed me what was what and showed me old videos.
Nice.
Gave me
Everybody
a lot of
needs that.
knowledge. Yeah, it
Yeah.
really helped me out. And so they took me to a jam. They were some of the first people to take me out of state. Like, oh, let's go to this indoor park. Hop in my car.
Yeah.
I'd be like, Mom, is it okay if I go with these two guys?
I remember those trips,
Yep.
dude. So good.
And so we went to some jam, and I met Josh Young Sniper at the jam.
Nice.
And we just clicked and like started talking, being boys. And then he came out to visit me in Pittsburgh one time. And when I moved here, I stopped in Chicago as my first stop because I drove out. So I made it like a week trip. I wasn't in a rush.
Okay.
Stayed the weekend in Chicago and met him and all his crew, Ethan, Grothy,
Yep.
Austin Todner, those boys.
What's the name of the
Emig.
video they just put out?
Let's Roast.
Yes.
They're working on another one.
Sick.
Yep. So I met all them, and then now we've almost made a tradition. Like, they try to come visit me every winter, and I try to go visit them every summer.
That's the move.
And now
Especially Arizona.
they're
Yeah.
some of my best friends in the world. Like,
That's
they
dope.
came for my premiere.
Who's the best out of their crew? Little Icy?
Yeah,
He's
he's
so
from
good.
Milwaukee,
Yeah.
so that's how that branches up. But
Okay.
that's only an hour or so from Chicago, so they link up all the time.
That's dope.
Icy's so good.
Yeah.
He's so
Unbelievable. And like surprisingly nice when I met him because like
Oh,
you
what do
see
you-
you see his clips and he looks like he could be a mean guy, but
Okay,
he's
I get
super
that.
nice.
I
You know?
get that. No, he's the nicest dude in the world.
Shout out young Icy.
He's so good.
All right, what do we got here? That's pretty good there.
Yeah, a little Peg's full cap.
Love that. Oh, my ankles. That's a damn good clip.
I was proud of that one.
That's also a good clip.
I like that spot's
It's a
so
tough
fun.
spot.
I could ride this spot for months.
I've never
at a
ridden it.
time. Oh my god,
It's
it's
blown
so
out.
fun.
It's at this point everybody's ridden it.
I think I
Animal
have
dudes.
10 clips
Wow.
on this spot.
That's a pretty sick.
That spot is.
We
so
should go
good.
there. Is
Please.
there anything left to do?
Yeah, I got a couple things. I got like
That's
two
a
or
really
three
good
ideas
clip right
left.
there. Peg's hanger. Ethan right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning.
Austin, Ethan, Tyler filmed it. And there's Icy,
Icy.
Josh,
Yep. Young
the whole
Snipe.
gang, dude.
Gang gang. Inception. Your lens is dirty.
It is very dirty. I didn't keep the best.
It's
Carry my lens.
I don't either, but
Fun fact, if you're out there watching Burnin' Up, there's an eyelash in the fisheye, and it's in a different spot in every clip. This was
poor girl.
hilarious. A hilarious night. And the
You're
clip's
killing me.
special to me because it's one of the last nights I spent with my brother, who's
Oh, there
on
he
screen
is.
right now.
Yep.
How was your first road falls?
I cried at this part during the premiere.
Dude, me too.
Yeah.
And then
Well, as soon as I got here, I almost fell off the court.
He's faded.
my homie behind the camera was fucked up. And then this is Damien riding here.
Yeah.
Me down below. Had to throw some homage.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Love you, D. Had to dedicate the film to him.
Mm-hmm. And then here comes the decade. Boom. So good.
That clip means so much to me, dude. Like, it was all planned out, all of that. I had
Nice.
that all envisioned well before it was put together.
Hell yeah.
And when I finally did it, it felt so relieving. One
Where
of
did-
those, like, you
Where'd
weren't
you learn
even...
how to decade?
Oh, man.
Did you learn in a skate park or like into
Some
foam
fly
or
out
something?
somewhere, yeah. No, I hate foam pit.
What does it feel like? Because I have no frame of reference.
Feels like a
here.
360.
Cool.
You start spinning while your back wheel is still on the lip. And you kind of push off, and then you turn your head just like a 360.
I'm
and
like,
you end up coming around.
you make it sound easy. I'm gonna try
It's
decades.
not that bad.
It's not
No,
that
I'm
bad.
just kidding. I've only landed like 4, and I have a curse, I like to call it, because most of the ones I try, I get 1 foot on. And my back foot, for whatever reason, just
Never gets on.
goes right to the ground every time for safety.
Yeah.
So when I want to film one, I have to like really zone in.
And
like,
focus.
listen,
Please, back
listen,
foot.
left foot. Get on there.
I was gonna say you could duct tape it to the pedal, but you can't.
You
gotta-
can't,
You
'cause
gotta.
you-
You gotta leave. That's for bar spins.
Yeah.
I almost the Sabrosa team when I did my one and only bunny hop bar spin of my entire career. Like they were at the point where like we're gonna go get some duct tape, dude. If you don't do it. And
Have I
ended up-
told you
yeah.
that's how I learned bar spins?
with duct tape?
No.
Nice, good for you.
I would
dude.
take my front foot off every time
Wow.
and throw a perfect bar and land 1 foot.
Yep.
So I went out in my front yard one day and I duct taped my shit to the pedal and I did one.
Hell yeah.
And then I fell one time and I like couldn't get up because my feet were stuck to the pedals.
It's like a snowboard. You're stuck. You're
Yeah.
strapped in. Let me just check. Make sure this is recording still.
Yeah, that would really suck if it
Audience,
wasn't.
the first time where I'm doing it this way. We're just playing the videos, so
Making sure
hopefully
it
it's
works.
working. All right, let's finish this part here.
This was awesome. I tried this, and I didn't get it one time with Hayden, and then it rained really bad. So when we went back the next time, I had to shovel a bunch of shit out of it.
That's a damn good clip. We should watch that again.
I like that clip.
Nollie whip Manny 1. That's pretty good. Nollie whip ain't easy.
Man,
Ooh.
it's one of my tricks that I just somehow have, and I argue that it makes the whip to Manny way easier, but that's
Because you're already looping out.
just because I'm
kinda.
weird.
Everybody has their shit. The speedy half cab out. I love.
Mhm. Like almost died.
Yep. Do it,
Clip
pussy.
you filmed.
Yep. Like it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Was that 2020?
Oh, that was 2021. That was a rough day for me. Yeah.
Wait, I don't remember.
That was when we were on the trip to go to the Angles premiere, and I got the news about.
Oh fuck, dude. Yeah. That was a rough day.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Somehow I managed to get a clip that
Yeah.
day. I don't know how.
We gotta not brush over that, but we should talk about it. So your brother died.
Yes.
How did he die?
He got in a car accident. A deer ran out in front of him, swerved to avoid it, clipped it, hit a tree. And there was a girl in the car with him, and she broke her leg. And it was just kind of pure dumb luck that the way he hit the tree, like, he smacked it.
Fuck.
Yeah, it sucks. It's really shitty,
Yeah.
and nothing will ever make it okay. But, I mean, it's been a year and a half now, and I think I've handled it better than most people would handle something like that. And
You really have. I mean, I'm not
like,
in your head, but
there's
I'm
no
sure,
lying.
Yeah.
It's horrible. I
Yeah.
mean, it's the worst. I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
Yeah.
And he's 5 years younger than me, so you have that kind of like guardian
Yeah.
mentality, so that makes it really hard too. But I mean, it taught me that life is fragile and life is not fair and shit happens.
Yep.
And the last time we talked was the night before, and I was in Cali with you and Clay and Nick, and we had just met a handful of pros, and he told me some shit like, you're killing it. Like, I'm so happy for you. Keep fucking killing it. I'm jealous, blah, blah. Like, I'll come out there soon. And I
What a
was like,
sweetie.
you're the fucking man.
Yeah.
And then that shit happens. But if we didn't have that conversation, I might have moved back home, you know? And I might have not cared about BMX ever again. I might have just moved home to be whatever.
Yeah.
But because of that conversation, I was motivated to finish Burnin Up and just keep making him proud, because I know
Channel
he
it
was.
in.
And
What was the stages of? Did you go through did you learn the stages of grief, like just by accident of going through that? What was it? How long did it take until you were like, oh, I mean, you're never okay, I guess.
Right.
But
I went home for a whole month, and I spent the whole time with my family and close friends. And I mean, it was hard, dude. It's
lots of tears.
constant crying and
Yeah.
just, why me? What the fuck? Why us? Why my family? This,
Yeah.
that. You get all that. But I never noticed any distinct stages. But I
That was
mean,
a
yeah,
stupid
you're
question.
just. It's okay. I'm able to talk about it at this point. But I've argued to some people lately, the biggest positive I took away was I will never be sad probably ever again. After
Nice.
something like that happens to you, it's going to take a lot
Yeah.
to get under your skin. So, like,
The worst thing that's ever happened to you is the worst thing that's ever happened to you.
Yes.
You have been
yes,
to, you know,
it
hell
ain't
and
going to
back.
get worse than that
Yeah, for
for
real.
a long time.
Yeah.
So, like, it
Not
made
much
me
worse than
realize
that.
all the girls I was mad over,
Yeah.
or, like,
The petty
this
little
and
shit.
that. You reflect and go, who fucking cares?
Yeah, it doesn't
There's
matter.
so much more important shit. And
Yep.
then you just, it taught me a huge lesson. And now I make sure to be more communicative with my family and be there for my sisters. I'm really trying to talk my youngest sister into going to ASU so we can be a
Dope.
little tighter.
Yep.
And, you know, it's like, yeah, it sucks. It's horrible. I
Yeah.
think about it every 30 seconds. You're having fun at a party and you're like, "Oh, I wish he was here." You know,
Yeah.
it's fucking horrible. And I'll see his car drive by and be like, fuck. Like,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's life. Everyone has to deal with shit, and you either sit in a room and cry about it, or you move on.
How about the rest of your family? Because I know that's such a burden on the parents too.
Oh my God,
Like,
yeah.
Are they still together and okay?
Yeah, they're good.
Dude,
they're
that's-
all good. I
you're
mean,
lucky. That's awesome.
I have a lot of pride in saying I think my whole family is just stellar humans, man.
Sick.
They're all people to be respected, and they're so, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I
don't know if
can't
I've met
imagine
them. I've
many
never met your
people would be
parents.
able to go through that and be as
No,
sick as
you're
my
stellar.
parents still are and my
Yeah.
sisters still are. Like,
And you are.
we're tough.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a lot
Fucking
to
A.
fucking bring us down.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Heavy topic.
Hell
But
yeah, that's okay.
I think a lot of people have gone through shit.
A lot of people can
similar, yeah.
relate, and a lot of people lose people, and you learn it's part of life, and don't let it kill you too.
Yeah.
It's shit happens.
And you didn't.
I
can't believe I forgot what you were talking about when you said that was a rough day.
That's okay. Well, yeah,
Oh,
you
man.
weren't in my shoes that
Yeah,
day, so
that's
to me,
heavy.
it's one of the biggest days of my life, and like
Yeah.
between you and Nick and Clay, like being there for me that weekend, it without being weird about it, it means a lot.
Yeah.
Whether you guys
Oh, that
really
was the
did
Angles premiere
anything
too,
or
huh?
not.
Did we
just
go to Angles
being-
premiere?
Yes.
Just to remember the trip. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got you.
I
Yeah.
sat at the Angles premiere like a ghost.
Yeah.
Just
Fuck. Really?
oh,
yeah. Still in shock.
we met 8 of my idols that day,
Yeah.
and I was crying when I introduced myself to them.
Who? Give me a couple idols. Who'd you
I
meet?
was full blown Waterworks and introduced myself to Lewis Mills, and he asked me why I was crying, and I had to explain it all to him.
That's a good way to start it with like friendship. Yeah. He's such a nice dude.
He
too.
really is,
Yeah.
and he was right there for me. And
Yeah. I could see him giving you a hug.
they
but-
all like.
yeah.
He was there. Began
Oh,
was
sorry,
there.
bro. However, in Australian
No,
style.
I remember vividly. He said, "That's heavy shit."
Oh, I can't. That's heavy shit, mate.
But it also made me realize how awesome BMX is, and people say all the time like, "Oh, BMX is a family." That day it was real for me because we're all riding this spot, and I didn't touch my bike, sitting there all day, just probably looking at the clouds, and not once did anyone be like, "Get in there, Zach. Why aren't you doing anything?" Because
Yeah.
everyone knew,
Yeah.
and like they were there for me, and like saw me crying, and a lot of them were saying, "Hey, if you want to go to the side, talk, let me know." And even Lewis in particular, we drove to the store later on, and he's like, "How you feeling, bud? What's going on?" I'm like, "Oh, I feel like a ghost. I feel like an alien right
Life
now."
isn't real right now.
Yeah, and I'm in a TV show.
I would
but
bet. Yeah.
I'm okay.
That's shocking. Like it doesn't feel real. And then
It
you
doesn't.
go home and then you see your family and then it becomes real. And then it's
Mhm.
like, oh my God.
It still doesn't.
Yeah.
It'll be 2 years. It was July 2021, and it still doesn't feel real. I still have those, like, every morning when I wake up. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's
died.
right.
Yeah.
I'll have dreams about him, and
And just no fault of his own. Like,
no,
didn't do anything
no,
wrong.
wasn't drinking, wasn't
It
being
sucks.
an idiot.
Life is fragile.
Purely deer ran out, and that's it.
Yeah.
Pure accident. So I think I'm going to start hunting.
Fuck you. I think you should start hunting.
Need to get him back.
Let's go hunt. We were talking
Yeah.
about guns today. We drove past a gun store and an armory, and I was like, Clay told me he's got guns. Do you have guns?
I don't, but I will very soon.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a gun
Yeah.
just for the apocalypse when it happens.
I love
Alright.
guns. I think
I
everybody
did want to
should
rewatch
have
this
one.
clip. This G-turn and then 180 whip is so good.
Cyrus filmed the shit out of
Yes,
this
he
clip.
did. Shout out
I
Cyrus.
like how he started on that
Yeah.
flower.
It's because he's sensitive, Cyrus.
He's got that eye.
He's a sweet Cyrus. Oh, my sweet Cyrus. He did film the shit out of this.
That's another spot I could ride.
It's
every
a
day of the
difficult
week.
G-turn. I've seen you
Yeah.
like, mess around with that. That's a good clip. And then this is one of my childhood spots.
Really?
Yeah. I grew up watching
found-
people ride that.
I found this randomly with Tyler.
That's a
I
damn
thought
good
I
spot.
came up on something.
I grew up
Turns
on
out
that side of town.
There was
And
caps on it, and they were all
pretty sure
grinded
Trip is
up.
in one,
Trip
right?
is in that clip.
Trip, you want to see yourself, dude? There he is. Oh, shit.
He doesn't care. He's sleeping.
Trip's drunk.
He was there.
Hang on, Eddie. Yep.
Supporting.
There he is.
There he
Beautiful. That's a damn good clip.
We set that bike rack up. We were in Chicago, me and all the Chicago boys, and we rode that for like 3-4 hours.
Nice.
We were having a
Session.
blast on the dumbest thing.
Oh yeah. I screamed at this one at the premiere. I was like,
Really?
what? Yeah, because that's really good spot use, and you don't expect the hop out of the pegs to the other pegs.
I love that clip.
Pegs easy. Fakey pegs. Fakey pegs. Full cab. Pretty good.
Best spot in the game.
It's an iconic Arizona spot.
Best spot. A
Ice
friend of
pick.
mine was like, we're at a baseball
Eggs
game
up.
the other day. Do you want to come?
Oh shit.
And I was like, where? And they go, Esteban Park. I'm like,
Nice.
you're not.
Oh yeah,
being
off Southern and
serious.
32nd. That's one of the ones that every team comes to, or they've
Oh, yeah.
been coming to for the past 20 years, which is
Mhm.
crazy to think about. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I know a guy who for mediocre 2 ice picked this ledge, and then you and Nick both one up me.
Oh, my
But
bad,
that's-
man.
I should call my part 1 down. That's a nice spot use right there.
That is
doesn't look like
very
Arizona.
fun spot. No, it's Chicago.
What about this?
Arizona. Just a
Whoa.
little Pegs Gap.
Yeah, you managed to find all the rails in Arizona.
That's my goal.
There's not that many.
My next video, I want
And then
every
we're back
single
to the
rail.
banger. How long were you filming for this?
2 years. And being
And
the
you're
filmer
filming,
too,
yeah.
you're always
It's
kind
stressful.
of behind schedule.
Let's
I
see
can't
if,
lie to you, Bob. I have to pee so
Go pee.
bad right now, dude.
Go pee, my dude. And we're back. We've taken a tinkle. We got a beer.
We crushed this whole 6-pack already. Beer just
Ooh.
beer
I just got invited
shoots
to
right through
operate
me.
second unit camera on a shoot in early March. That's exciting.
Nice.
OG friend Cleon. He's like doing DP shit. Big time.
You got anything to say?
Trip, what do you want to say, dude? We love you, man. I was gonna say we can watch. Do you have Nick's part on your phone? We could airdrop.
I do.
Let's do that. Let's watch Nick Bonnell's
That I gotta say,
Burnin
that's
Up
gotta
part.
be the proudest thing I've ever
It's-
filmed.
It's amazing. The guy is a.
Airdrop it to you.
I don't know if he's underrated at this point. I think everybody knows.
We all know, but I don't know if everyone knows.
Everybody that I've talked to, the majority
Sorry,
of people
I'm
that
not
I've
talking
talked to
into the
knows,
mic, that was
knows
my
who he
bad.
is.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. But we know how he rides
Just even
on
without
a
a camera.
daily level. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I try to explain to people. I actually had a friend come visit, and we got to ride with Nick just for fun. And on the car ride home, he was like, "Does he always like go that hard?" I was like, "Oh yeah,
Yes, every day, dude.
100% of the time."
Everyday crew. Is there anything new with Everyday Crew?
Not necessarily.
Do you see Kyle a lot because of work?
I haven't a lot lately because I'm in the field more now, and he's always in the office or working from home.
Yeah.
So we've been kind of separate for a minute. We're still boys, but just haven't seen each other as much. And if you're asking on the record, I would like to personally try to revamp
Yeah, Kyle.
every
We gotta-
day, and
we gotta
I want
hang out with
to I want to
Kyle.
make a comeback, if you will.
And then we have a rivalry, dude. Mediocre versus Everyday.
Yeah, bottle opener. Yeah, I recently busted out the DVX and got all the cobwebs off of it, so I'm gonna start filming again, and then I'm gonna
Did you
try and go
literally have
HD.
cobwebs on it?
Oh, it's covered in dust,
Nice.
and like
yeah.
I'm out of tapes. I just ordered some today, so I'm overwriting a tape right now.
Nice. That's the worst. I've done that plenty of times.
I can't wait to import and find out all of them glitched.
Yeah. Dude, I did that and then I lost my hard drive and then I had all the tapes, but then there was clips that I didn't have because I filmed over them having already captured them, and it's just
Oh God.
it's a worst case scenario, but you have to prepare for it and you got to have it
Yeah.
all backed up. Like now I got mediocre 2 footage, even though there's 3 tapes that I have to capture still. Like I'm late on those 2 and 2 in my bag right now that I can't handle importing footage from the mini DV at this point. It's so glitchy and frustrating. You've seen me, I think, try and do it.
I don't even have a capture cam right now.
I
I'm gonna have to borrow yours.
I don't even know. It's a nightmare, man.
My Chicago homies import on the VX.
I respect that. If it's not a VX 1000, it's cool. It's all good.
That's fair.
The VX1, that's a common misconception. They're like, no, don't play it back. But on the 2100, it's built for playback. On the VX 1000, very fragile heads. You don't want to do that. But
Yeah, I just was always too scared.
yeah, the
And
21.
I have the DVX, so I don't even know.
It's like an urban legend.
So much
DVX,
less
I think, is
common.
also fine too, because you can play back. But the VX 1000 is a baby sensitive, beautiful camera. I was just at those trails yesterday, and I was filming with the VX and this dude who produces stuff for like Monster, and have you seen the Netflix Monster Unchained thing? I don't know, like high level shit. And he was like, "What are you filming with?" It's like, it's a camcorder from the night. He knows what it is, obviously, but I was like, yeah.
At least with the
I do make a living with, but not with this camera.
with the DVX, it looks just like an HMC.
Yeah.
So most people would
Like, oh, that's HD. Yeah.
Yeah, it
That's
looks
not
normal.
the tapes. So you mentioned to me actually yesterday or today that you're gonna get back, or you're gonna upgrade to the HMC. How much is an HMC?
A lot, like $1,000
That's
on eBay.
that's pretty reasonable.
used. Yeah.
HMC for an
Yeah.
HD camera. Like you can't get a body. That's not true. You can get like a low end DSLR body for less than $1,000. But
I have a DSLR, but I
what do you have?
prefer. I have some Nikon. I couldn't even tell you what it is. I usually just take pictures,
Nice. Yeah. Picture cam.
purely just for pictures. And Kyle gave it to me. It's a really nice little camera.
Kyle's the most generous motherfucker.
He's a good guy.
I remember him talking about he's building like a skate park in his backyard. Have you heard updates on that?
Yes. Dude, for all I know, it could be done now.
We should go over
Dude,
there.
I never see him.
Yeah.
Like, when he comes to the office, I'm gone.
We
And
gotta
then-
talk to Kyle.
Yeah, we gotta get in touch.
We gotta
go.
talk to Kyle.
Let's go film a day video at his house.
I would love to. Let's go look at this Inception, everybody. Let's go to
Let's watch
downloads.
what is, in my biased opinion, the best video ever. Just kidding.
Here is Nick Bonnell. I can't believe his part is 10 minutes long. I
'Cause
hope
he's a
that
machine.
we can.
Why would you stand in his way?
This guy was being such an
You
idiot.
stood in his way.
Like, I sound like a child,
Why
but
would you do? No, you don't sound like a child. You're like, why
Dude,
would you do
he
that?
ran up, stood in front of him, got in his face, and then Nick was like, "I'll knock you out."
This is the highlight of his year.
And he took it serious. So then
Yeah.
he kept trying to fight Nick. And Nick was trying to be like, "Buddy, I wasn't serious. I'm not really trying to fight you, but like."
We're leaving, dude. Do you want us to leave or are you
So
trying
unreasonable.
to throw down? What's up? All right, then we're gonna leave. You stood in his way, and then you bitched about him hitting you. You stood right in front
I
of
did
him.
that because he was using the stairs incorrectly, is what he said.
You're under arrest for misuse of stairs.
You used the stairs wrong.
Flagstaff. Phoenix. Dude, riding hurts. Crash montages remind me, like, that's why I'm not doing it at this level. I'm not
Watching
willing to
Nick
do
ride
this.
hurts
Yeah.
my confidence
Me too.
because he's so good.
He can do most things. There's that resting mean face.
Yep. It almost looks like he was telling me to turn the camera off.
Oh,
Leave me the fuck alone.
we love him. Do you have footage of him currently that's not in anything?
No, don't. After this dropped, I took like an avid hiatus.
As you should.
I
Yeah.
wanted to be a rider.
Chill. Yep. Oof,
And
that's so crazy.
I know, dude. You probably manualed up that 50 times, that thing.
Yep. He's persistent and technical. Best rider in Arizona at the moment. Busted knee, but still the best rider. Oh!
He didn't like that.
he's like that.
It's like, dude, it'll look fine. It's gonna look great.
That's so good.
hmm
I love his bad bars, or the opposite way bars. They're not bad bars. Oppo bars. Not Oppo.
Makes him more impressive.
That's a damn good
Most
clip, too.
times. That's a very
So
old
tech.
clip.
Yeah.
One of the older clips in the video. I almost have a hard time talking when this is
And
on
watching,
because
yeah.
I'm so used to
good.
when this is on. Like, everyone shut up. Everyone shut up. Nick's on.
Predator easy. That's a tough spot. Does he get this? Crookback pop out? Oh, that's so good.
Dude, something was going on
angle.
with this. Tyler had my other camera.
Yeah, and it's
And
all orange.
somehow it was like green. I spent like
Yeah.
an hour trying to color correct it, and
That's tough.
this was the best I could do.
That's
Terrible.
I didn't think twice about it. It's good.
Oh, that's funny. It bothers me every time I
Yeah,
watch
I
it.
bet.
Oh, so bad.
It's funny how that works. Hey, we were just talking about this trick today.
Mm-hmm.
Feeble over feeble.
What's up, Alex Donahue? You saying that wasn't cool?
It's pretty cool.
Just kidding.
I still don't know where that spot is. I know where this is.
I honestly forget myself.
Those brick ledges.
Clay or Nick might know, but I totally forget. Some school.
That spot that he just hit is not really a spot. Like it's
No,
you can't-
he made it a
yeah,
spot.
He did something.
He nosed over some bump and
That's
made
it.
it really impressive. I don't know if anyone will ever do anything like this on this spot.
No shot.
Personally.
Hauling ass. Feeble. Tires. Free.
What sucks is the gap is big enough for your tire to fall through.
That's scary.
Yeah, and he did it
He
like
did do that,
5
yeah.
times.
God, the dude puts in work.
When he told me that's what he wanted to do, I kind of was like, nah,
Nah.
no way.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
He
Molly
wanted
Crook.
a nose, and I think he still does. And I'm sure the second he's back on his bike,
Nose
he's
crooks.
going to get that handled.
That's pretty wild. So that was just like a warm up. Did he go back and keep trying to nose? Oh my God. I forgot about that one too. Dude. It's
So
been a minute since I watched
good.
it.
Just locked in. This too. Every clip. Every one of these clips is so good. Nick, heal up,
Yep.
dude.
Heal
We
up.
need you.
The world needs you.
We need you.
What was it like putting this together, editing wise, and choosing music? And
I've told a lot of people this actually. I argue this video edited itself.
interesting.
Like, it just kind of, I knew where everything should have been, and it kind of just made itself. And I'm a big music nerd, and I listen to music constantly with the thought of, how can I edit to this?
Yeah.
And
Same.
I have like a whole playlist that just like, this is going to be a good bike video.
Yeah, that's the
And-
only way that I listen to music is
Yeah.
thinking about putting it into a video.
And that's why I have such a broad interest in music,
Yep.
from death metal to gangster rap to
Yep.
country, blues, jazz, anything. I will literally listen to anything.
Were you paying attention to like shit hitting on the beat? Like
Mhm.
what? And also, what do you mean when the video put itself together? What are you saying?
So I didn't, like, I know your technique with your videos, you kind of did it all at the end. And with this, I started editing as soon as I had a minute of each rider's footage. And I had it all in a project timeline with blank spots and knew where this would go. So once you're like halfway through, I'd sit there and watch it with Nick and Tyler. We'd be like, oh, there's a 10-second gap right here. This is what the song sounds like. And they'd be like, oh, I should do like this trick and this trick in a line, and it'll
Nice.
match. And then we would just go out and do it and
Sick.
throw it where it needed to go and like just piece it together. It was
yeah,
perfect.
Building
and
a
a couple
little puzzle.
songs changed here and there, but for the most part, like, the structure was there.
was this your first BMX video you ever did?
No,
Your
I've
first
made
full length, but you've
first
made-
full length
yeah.
for sure. But I've made. Let's see. There's the T-Rex tape.
Yeah,
I did a Cam Gervin "Welcome to Fit" video a while ago. And
Cam Gervin. I
some
haven't
of
heard
my
that name in a
own-
while.
I've always like edited my own shit, which I think is kind of corny, but
That's not
that's
corny.
the experience I have,
Yeah.
is making my own videos and like videos
Same.
with my friends. And
Same here.
so the only real videos that I would say I've made are the T-Rex tape and that Cam Gervin video, probably. And
What did
now
it feel
this.
like at the premiere?
Oh my god, best night of my life for sure.
Oh,
That feeling, you can't combat it. And I did it at my office because my boss is the coolest guy in the world. Shout out Phil.
Big homie Phil.
Shout out Phil.
Maybe Phil's watching this. Hi, Phil. Miss you, man.
He might.
Yeah,
He
we'll
might
see.
watch this. We'll see. Hi, Phil. So he let me do it at my office. And for lack of better words, it was kind of all on me to organize it and set everything up.
Event planning.
I paid my roommate's girlfriend to bartend.
Nice.
I had alcohol. We got a keg. And I had to get projector screen, make sure the speakers worked, rent chairs, do all this. And I was honestly stressed the fuck out.
Yeah, of course.
Dying. Like running around like a chicken with his head cut off. My friends still tell me this day, like, you weren't even having fun that day. And I'm like, well, yeah, because
Of course not.
I had to set everything up, man. And like, I think later throughout the day, Tyler went to the store and forgot like a Sharpie.
Damn,
I was
I
like,
need
what
to
the
shut
fuck, dude? And he's like, Zach, shut up. Like, just chill out.
Just chill
It's
out.
okay.
It's just a fucking Sharpie.
Yeah, and like
dude.
literally, I was stressing hard. But as soon as we hit play, I was on cloud nine.
Yeah.
It was the coolest shit. And I recommend to everybody to make a video and have a premiere. It doesn't have to be a full length.
Yeah, and it also doesn't have to be a
Make
huge
a
premiere.
3-minute video and show it with your friends. And
person.
I owe you for that because you told me about how sick premieres were. And
It's
I
the
was
best
like,
feeling
"Oh,
on
dude."
earth. Yeah.
The one before that really was sick is Cyrus made a video
Yeah.
here with all the
Premiered
AZ
it in your
homies, and he
backyard.
premiered it in my backyard, and
Yeah.
you showed up,
Yeah.
and Rat Boys showed up,
Yes.
and like maybe 12 other people,
Yeah.
but me and Cyrus were like, let's go. This is so sick.
It is so sick,
It's
man.
the coolest.
There's
like,
something magical about having your homies come and just be in person because like
And-
everything's so digital now, and you
Yes.
like scroll past it on your phone, and you're like, oh yeah, I saw that thing.
here's
that you
what I
posted.
did today.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, save it.
yeah,
Save
make
it for a
special.
little bit. Keep it secret a little bit. And there was no better feeling to me than some of the tricks in my part. And people came up to me after the premiere like, I didn't know you could do that.
Yes.
I didn't know you could do that. Kyle, everyday Kyle, made a point to not watch shit. I would always
Nice.
be like, you want to
Until
see,
the
you want
premiere?
to see
Yeah.
the clips we got? And he goes, nope.
Oh wait.
I want to be surprised. And
Nice.
he was like, had a tear in his eye after the premiere. And he goes, dude, I had no idea
Hell yeah.
like what you guys were doing.
I love that.
That was awesome. And
That's the way to
it was
go.
the coolest feeling in the world.
I remember both of the videos that I've done so far, and this third one. I'm just constantly showing all the footage to anybody who will watch it because I feed off
Mm-hmm.
of like that. But the people who are like, no, don't show me. I'll wait. They're smart because it makes it worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this guy had a clip in the video, and I will never forget.
crowd
I
went
think he
nuts,
got
dude.
the best reaction of the night. It was just a
That was a
close-up
fun night.
fisheye of his face,
Yep.
and the crowd's like, "Yeah, that's fucking true. I saw him earlier."
He has no clue what we're saying.
No,
man.
no
I
clue.
wish I could speak dog. All right, let's finish, Nick. What was that? We were talking about editing, and
Basically, it took me like I had the timeline the whole time.
Nice.
Would be my main point.
keep
And
working
filled
on it
in the
while you're
gaps,
working on it.
and that's what I love about Premiere as opposed to iMovie is like you can put a gap.
Yeah.
iMovie eliminates the gaps.
Oh shit!
Not
Fuck
that
iMovie.
you've ever touched iMovie in the last 10 years.
We
But
don't like iMovie.
like to the kids who would be using iMovie,
Yeah.
like Premiere is astronomically better.
Just pay $20 a month and get Premiere Pro and
Yeah.
all the other shit. Let's go, Nick.
Yeah, I'm about to get my own so I can stop using yours.
That's. Oh yeah, you do use mine.
I do use yours.
Our work.
I got
team
kicked
also
off the
uses
other
it.
day.
Yeah, I get kicked off every day. I have to be logging in all the time. My editors overseas are like, "Who can I kick off?" I'm like, "Zach,
Me,
kick him off."
whatever
That's
he's
so
doing is
good.
not important. This,
Yeah.
I wish I could have filmed that in a better way to show how big that really was. 'Cause
Sometimes
I
you just
definitely
can't.
botched it on that one.
But if anybody's been to that spot, you
Oh
know,
my
it's
god!
wild.
I didn't even want to
Wow.
grind up.
I forgot
it.
he did that.
Little filler, you know.
Little fillers, crazy tires.
That
And
might
then
be
the
one of my favorite
oversmith,
clips.
Yeah,
ever.
fantastic. You filmed it really well.
We
too.
were riding with Hobie that day, and
done.
Hobie got a clip on that spot. Nick waited till Hobie was done and let him leave, and he's like, "Zach, will you stay with me? I want to get a clip." And
Nice.
It was
Why? Why not try it with Hobie there? Nick's-
because Nick's Nick,
Yeah.
and he wanted it to just be me and him. So
What
we
did
let
Hobie do?
the whole gang. I forget something the opposite direction on the same rail.
Oh, okay, got you.
He went like up, grind, down, dive.
Manual drop. grind or something.
Basically, Nick is
I feel like
respectful and
yeah.
wasn't trying to step on him.
Yeah.
So like, let him get his thing, and then he took the group with him because Hobie's in town. Everyone and their moms
We gotta follow Hobie.
following him around.
Yeah.
So Nick was like, Zach, hold up, and we let them all go, and we just stayed by ourselves and got that.
Beautiful
And
moment.
then we met back up with them in like an hour.
There's nothing better than like one-on-one. I mean,
Oh, for real.
there's something to having a whole crew there, but also just the intimate relationship between filmer and rider is pretty
Mhm.
special.
They both have their pros and cons for sure.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's all magic, baby. Yep. I screamed the loudest here too, because this is a spot that doesn't seem like it is a spot.
I've always looked at that, and I said if I was left foot forward and I could nose manual,
That's
I would
it.
pegs to nose this. And
Did he
we
see that
went
and do
there.
it?
No, I told him.
Nice.
That's the one I gotta take credit for. I said, Nick, you need to pegs nose this, and he's
Sick.
like, why?
Why?
I'm like, because it'd be fucking sick.
Why?
And then he did it, like it was nothing, as usual.
Wow, the 5 cab off of that going
Mhm.
downhill is pretty crazy. This is nice to watch. Adrian. I think I was here for this, or I came after.
That one too. My angle was just bad. That
Where-
ledge is so long.
I didn't even think about your angle.
It just makes the ledge look short.
It is a long leg.
It's long.
Yeah.
This clip
Oh, the
is
song drop. I love it.
absolutely absurd.
Let's run that back, shall we? And notice the change in tune. I don't know if you notice it, but as soon as it gets... Because you would think, okay, cool, Manny, and then knows me, or whatever.
Yeah. You think
Manny.
I didn't do that on purpose?
No, I'm thinking you did it on purpose. Right on the Smith is like, oh, shit, there's more. I love metal.
Oh,
to
he can
riding.
whiplash? Like, what?
Whoa, it's getting heavy. That's a crazy ice.
Mhm.
I remember.
I love that.
Same day.
hmm
Never been here. This is in Tucson.
It's a DIY in Tucson.
pretty
yeah.
crazy.
There's a bunch of cool shit there.
Is that opposite for him? I can't remember. No, that's
Oh,
regular.
God.
Because he's
That's
he's
right.
dick-footed.
He-
Or not
he
dick-footed.
grinds-
Fuck-footed.
He's left foot forward, but he grinds on the wrong side.
He-
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's opposite. There is no opposite for him.
Yeah.
He's just
That's a clip.
he's just
clip,
grinding.
dude.
It don't matter.
Is that Colton in the background?
Yep.
Shout out Colton.
He made a point here to do a 60-40 on each side. So like that's a 60-40 on the left, and then the next clip's a 60-40 on the right.
In Tucson, same day? 60-40 both
no,
sides?
But like
Or
he
just
had
wanted it on
one
both?
and he wanted the other clip,
Nice.
so he could have one of each.
Yeah, I think right is his stronger side. They're both. There isn't.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's no.
If he
knowing.
never told me that he was fucked, I would have
Yeah.
never known.
Yeah,
I would just be like, oh, he's good
really good
at
at
grinding
both.
both ways.
this is one of the crazier clips too.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
He just willed it. How long did that take?
We were at that spot for a while. I was riding it too afterwards, so we were at that spot for a minute. He crook 180'd it like 50 times probably, and then he kept just slightly under rotating.
Dude.
I love that clip. I think there's like 7 tricks in
We're
there.
gonna run it back. Let's count the tricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I lied. Five.
tricks.
Sorry.
5 tricks in 5 seconds.
Clay. You
Fuck.
fucking serious?
Oh, I think I was there for that. That's a dang good one. Maybe I
a good
wasn't
one.
there.
I love this one. If you'll notice, Easter egg, Tyler's in the tree up there.
Yep. I left just before that. I remember that day. Don't know where that is, but love it.
Cave Creek.
Nice.
Same with this.
You guys found spots for this video, which is
Mhm.
admirable. Ooh.
I've explained this to someone the other day. I said this is about as excited as he'll get. It's about as excited as Nick can. Just did a nose crank flip on a pretty wild setup.
Mm-hmm. Rock on, brother. What's he doing?
Crooking a capped rail.
That's monstrous. Oh, that's a famous skate rail.
Mm-hmm. The,
Crick through,
the
though?
banger section. I just like cut the music and let the clips ride out.
I like that. Oh, I was here for this.
This ledge is
I
huge.
filmed this angle.
Yeah, like you can see standing on the rail. So big. And it's like
That
rounded.
is very big.
It's
and
not
he
a
did it.
flat
Yeah.
ledge. It's like a semicircle. Robbie.
Trips all over the place. Man, by the time we've worked on one video, you did this. I'm jealous.
This is, in my opinion, one of the most ridiculous things I've ever witnessed.
What was it like
So-
this day? What was he like?
So it was
Probably
windy.
the same as usual.
Yeah, he just did that nose crank flip like an hour before this.
Nice. He's like,
And he's like, "Yo, that roof ledge we saw, I want to do it." And I was like, "Let's do it."
fuck me, dude.
And it's a bank on a main road.
On a
So
weekday?
no, it was a weekend.
Maybe
but
Sunday?
still, we
Yeah.
were like, "Dude, you're gonna be standing on the roof of a bank, so
Yeah,
you
for
better
real.
be quick." And it was windy as fuck, and he just didn't care. Got it
Shout
done.
out Nick. He's unbelievable.
I think he feebled it like twice, maybe 3.
To be able to send, I won't
And
even
then he
do a
just did
feeble
it.
3 on a flat ledge, honestly, at this point. But he's so good. That's wild.
Yeah.
To get so dialed at tricks and then take them to gnarly setups. That's kind of the name of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then, shit, I mean, we're on this Burnin Up tip. We might as well do Tyler's too.
You think so?
You want to pause and airdrop
Yeah.
it to me?
Yeah.
Because we can't leave Tyler out. Tyler
Nah,
Phipps.
that'd be messed
You guys
up.
should all know about Tyler.
You should. Legend.
Let's be right back.
Yeah, you gotta meet him too.
And we're back. And we're back. Trips moved locations. We got Tyler Phipps's part. Did we? Yeah, you airdropped it.
It
Yeah.
says I airdropped it.
So let's finish up this Burnin Up podcast and watch Tyler Phipps. Here we go.
Little Burnin Up plug.
If you ain't seen it, you should.
If you want a hard copy, hit me up.
Slide in my DMs.
Slide in my DMs.
Instagram in the description.
I got you.
Tyler's interesting, dude. He's a gymnast and like a good, wholesome athlete.
He's
dude.
the best.
And he's so good.
My best friend.
Very sweetheart.
Raw talent.
Yeah, for real.
Another. It's funny to me.
Does he come up with his own ideas or do you coach him?
Both ways.
Yeah.
50-50. He's got his own MO, but there was definitely a handful of clips that I would definitely like throw my 2 cents on.
Dude, hard threes are wild.
This clip I think is so good.
Sure is. Sheesh.
But I was gonna say it's funny but not funny that the 2 guys I made this video with are both out on a torn
Broke
ACL.
off, yeah.
It's
He's coming back though, Tyler, right? Or has he
I
re-injured
hope
it?
so. It's taken a while.
Yeah.
He's telling me it's still loose and he doesn't trust it and
Yeah, it's scary.
it's just one
Some
of those
people do it once and then they never come
injuries.
back. Not everybody's Nick.
You okay?
For the record, you guys should know Nick has had 4 or 5.
He's
ACLs.
torn both twice.
That's so crazy, dude. So 4, yeah. Both knees torn ACLs. Wow, that's a great clip. Let's
And then poor Tyler tears one once and it takes him out for it's been almost 2 years now,
Yeah.
man. Like
Full captive backlash is
crazy.
good though. He's got stud earrings.
he didn't like this clip. And I was like, dude, it's cool. It's good.
Oh yeah, that's a great clip. His standards are too high.
Who are you growling at?
Trip's like, I don't like this song. Oh Lord, baby, what is you doing? God, he's poppy and dialed.
Yeah, he's got that Stevie Churchill style,
Yeah.
like aggressive but tight,
Very
and
clean bars.
And he's goofy footed.
And he bumped 180. That's beautiful.
Hayden always gives him crap for being goofy footed. You're spinning the wrong way.
Everybody's goofy footed.
Yeah.
Some of the best riders are goofy footed. Brock, I think.
Opens up a lot of things for you.
Brock Rayford goofy footed? No, he just does the thing where he grinds on the other side.
Goes both ways.
Yeah.
Certain tricks will come easier to someone
Yeah.
goofy footed that a regular footed person.
That's
couldn't
pure
do.
athleticism to
Mhm.
180 up that
five
to
stair.
backflash. Yeah.
We went back to that spot recently, me and him, and he was like 180 and up it, and he looks at me and goes, "How the fuck did I backlash this?"
How'd I do that? How the fuck did I do that, man? Everybody had multi-song parts.
Everyone had 2.
What?
That was my vision from the beginning.
That's pretty good.
Still along with the theme of it edited itself.
Yeah.
From the beginning, everyone's gonna have 2 songs. You're gonna have this one and this one. Fill it up.
Hell yeah. Here we are at ASU.
Yeah, that's what.
And he got injured well before we were done.
Yeah.
So all
He could
these
have
clips.
kept going, yeah.
This is the only clip of his where he has a
Post.
brace on.
Yeah. Bar, man,
And he
bar.
he barred
That's pretty
Northern
good.
Ditch. But I owe him a lot of credit for sticking with me and filming my part for the most
While
part.
he was injured.
While he was
Yeah.
injured, yeah. Because
Well-
I was so behind. I was like,
That's the best way to stay involved when you're injured is
Right.
just be the camera guy.
hmm
I'm sure you got good at filming during that process.
I argue up and down. He's a very good filmer.
Yeah.
He caught on really quick, and he wasn't. A lot of kids. He's a little bit younger than me, and a lot of people would be hard pressed to take direction from someone, and he was eager to be like, Zach, how do you want me to film this, and take my pointers, and it's
This
hard
is-
to find people like that these days. Is all I'm getting at.
No offense to you and Nick. This song and this part is my favorite part of the video. Like this, the rap
Yeah.
song hitting in. Bow. Let's go.
I can see why.
Who's rapping?
Conway the Machine.
Yes.
Griselda. I can agree with that. I think this part hits really good, and I'm very proud of the way it was put together.
Mm-hmm.
Proud of him and me. This clip was a celebratory clip after he got another one.
Nice.
He did another one, and I was like, I'm going to do this real quick. You want to film it?
I'm
Sure.
5 and then whip. That's crazy.
That spot is so fun.
That's
and
a
you
great
can
clip.
do a lot with that picnic table.
I believe it. Never been. That's Tucson too, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Flare boy.
Homie learned
He learned-
flares
yeah.
and then just got amazing at them in a month.
So good. That's a
I
good
like that clip a lot.
Yeah.
Because he does a 1 bar one way, then bars the other way, then spins the
Yeah.
other way.
I knew there was a bar in this. That's so good.
That's a benefit of,
Yeah.
not to discredit it, but like that's a benefit of Goofy Footed is when he spins in bars, he has to spin oppo. So he can hop
Yeah.
truck, and when he does it, he does an oppo 3.
That's wild.
I think that's so impressive.
Yeah.
I love that part.
So good. That's what the boys up
Mhm.
north.
The
right?
Chicago boys.
Yeah.
That's a pretty popular
vibe.
spot up there. Little oppo bar in the middle of the guardrail. We were all jumping on top of it, and he was the only one that would jump in the middle.
Nice.
We were all scared too.
Ooh, that's a nice clip.
hmm
Nobody really rides that spot.
The only other clip I can think of is LaShawn,
Yeah.
tooth over.
God, that's so
granite.
good.
Dude.
Off a skinny ass brick.
I've said to many people, I think that's the most impressive clip
Like a
in
no
the video.
carb, a no carb 5.
I call it a tires, but to be fair, it's like probably 8 inches wide.
Yeah.
Still, you're coming off a roof onto a skinny brick ledge.
Barely any carb.
No carb.
An inch of carb, and then just pop.
Full blown 5. We were going up to Page and we stopped just to get that clip in
Nice.
Flagstaff.
Pretty good. Is there one more?
No, that's it. That's the
Okay.
banger. What a stud.
Shout out Tyler.
Come on back.
Come on back, baby.
we need you. You and Nick. Both injured. Both legends. In my book.
Where can people watch
My
those?
best
Those are
friends.
both. Those are all on YouTube, right? Tyler, Nick,
The
you?
single parts are all on YouTube.
What about the full thing?
I've not released the whole thing.
When are
for
you
free.
gonna?
Maybe the 1 year anniversary is coming soon. Maybe I'll throw it up on like my personal YouTube or something. I've always felt bad for the people in the friend sections because they can't like show people their clips unless they have the DVD.
Yeah, for real. I have a clip in it. I'm psyched on that.
You have two.
I do have 2 clips. Yeah.
Chip has a clip in it.
Did I full cap a 3-star?
You did.
Nice.
You did.
Let's go. Yeah, you should upload it tomorrow when this comes out.
Tomorrow.
Just for the record, this is the latest I've ever recorded a podcast for Monday. It is Sunday night at 9 p.m. and this goes out in the morning. So, sorry, Dig.
Down to the
Hi,
wire.
guys. You mentioned earlier, speaking of Dig, that you have a goal for this year. What's that goal?
You know what's funny? I was almost about to say, I hope you don't bring this up on the podcast. Because if I say it on the podcast, then I have to do it.
Yeah, dude. Accountability. Let's go.
I want Arizona BMX to be more in the mainstream BMX media. Not that BMX media is mainstream, but like I want BMX to be more prominent in Arizona. I want to make videos, and I'm starting to get back into filming, and whether you're in my crew or not, I'm down to film you if you're riding in Phoenix. So let's get it.
I love that.
I want to put as much content as possible out from our scene as I possibly can.
It's a beautiful thing. And you have the thoroughbred BMX house at the moment right now. I'd say you have the most BMX house. You got you, Brain, Hayden there currently.
Mm-hmm.
And all the
and we're
Sabrosa
right in the
rails.
heart of Tempe.
Yeah.
And I got a big
You can
Sabrosa
just pedal
rail.
from your house. It's fire.
Yeah.
I passed the BMX house torch to you. I remember having that.
Dude. Phoenix homies, basically, let's get it.
Yeah.
I'm down to film you. Let's release content. That's all I'm getting at. I want the world to see how awesome of a place Arizona is for BMX, because I think a couple other cities are kind of in the light.
Yeah.
And
What would you say? What city is in the top?
It's Long Beach and Austin.
Yeah.
They're killing it right now, both of them.
True.
And I think our community's right there too. I think our weather is even better, and we have different kinds of spots, but certain riders I think would really have a good time on our spots.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of the words there.
Dude, the scene is good here. It's just a matter of showing it.
And we have a ton of talent.
Yeah.
And people are like, "Oh, it's clicky," but
maybe.
I hate to break it to you, every scene's like that.
Yeah.
Every scene in every city is clicky.
Yeah.
Everyone has their 4 friends that they are the tightest with, and then every once in a while you link up with everybody and you have fun.
Let's throw a jam or something.
Let's
it
do
was
it.
just being at the trails for the first time. So there's a place here called Garcia's Trails, and Nastasio was in town, and him and Midget Corey, I think Greg Latecki, I was watching them all ride these massive dirt jumps, and I had never been there, and I was like, holy shit, this has existed for 20 years, and these are the big dirt jumps. Yeah, it's so intimidating, but so cool, because it was just like 25 dudes with their shirts off, and some of them I've never seen before, but they're all sessioning and going through these crazy dirt jumps and I'm just like, that's so impressive. Like, we have a big BMX scene here, and diverse too, from the trails to the real street dogs like Clay and Robbie, who literally go pedal and search for spots all the time, and then you guys, Burnin Up crew, which is like a in between of just like Clay and Robbie, they don't really go to skate parks and shit, they go there in the streets, but you and Tyler and Nick's pretty pure street too. He's like,
I'd say so.
Every time we're like, let's go to the skate park, he's like, I'll pass. I've done everything there is to be done there.
I look at skate parks as a place to practice.
Yeah, me too.
Every once in a while, I'm really feeling a skate park.
Yeah, it's fun.
Because you could just hang out, talk to new people maybe, and practice. Like, got a trick you want to get better at, you go to the skate park.
What do you think is the best bike shop in Arizona?
Gordy's.
Hell yeah. I used to work there.
With my dogs.
Gordy's is the dogs.
Nick works there, so I'm biased.
Yeah.
So if I'm going somewhere to get something, I just want to go say hi to Nick and buy shit there.
Yeah.
They have vans at Gordy's, so I've been buying shoes at Gordy's for like 2 years.
Sick.
I'm not going to order them. I'm just going to drive to Gordy's. I know they'll have the half cabs in my size. I'm a big advocate of half cabs.
I used to be too. I love half cabs.
They're padded on the side, and I do a lot of tail whips.
That's all you need.
So it helps out.
Protects them ankles, even though you fucked one up today. You weren't
Well,
wearing your half cabs.
It's because I'm wearing low top ends.
What
And
are
you can
ends?
see the-
Oh, ends is a BMX thing,
Ends
right?
is sick. You can see a blood stain
Yeah, look at that.
on my sock because I busted my ankle off my cranks.
That's
why
how
I
you know
wear
you ride.
mid-tops. That's why I usually wear mid tops.
What do I ask here? I forgot it at the last one too. Just I do rapid fire at the end. Like, all right, what's your let's not call it Mount Rushmore. Give me
I was gonna say you usually do
Give
the
me,
Mount Rushmore.
fuck it. Give me your Mount Rushmore. Who's your
My
Mount Rushmore
Mount
of BMX
Rushmore.
riders? Yeah.
It's so tough because I pull inspiration from a lot of people. Garrett will always be the best.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what anyone says. He's the best.
That's
and
facts.
Probably my biggest inspiration. His deadline part's how old and still like the most impressive
touch
part
it.
ever.
Yeah.
So there's Garrett.
It is the best video part of all time.
I think so.
Yeah. And he's only outdone it too, but it's different. Like, I don't know, deadline was special.
I would say Garrett, Lewis Mills, Jordan Godwin. You can't argue that Felix is
He's up there right now
on
too.
the top
Yeah.
right now.
That's 4.
But I wouldn't. I said that because I was gonna say I wouldn't necessarily put him in my Mount Rushmore.
you can't
I'm
argue it,
just
but you
giving
argue
him the respect he deserves. I'm trying to think of another fourth guy that's a little more creative.
Oops, sorry, Felix. You're knocked off the Mount Rushmore. He's like, I don't even know what that is, man.
He's
I'm from
not gonna
Germany.
Listen to this. He doesn't know.
He told me he listens.
No.
Hi, Felix.
No way. All right, Felix.
That's a good answer. Okay. Out of your Burnin Up part, what was your favorite clip?
In my part,
Yeah, your part. You're the most proud of.
I do really like the decade.
Yeah, I'd say that's your most special clip.
That one, I knew before I did it that I was gonna put it after the homage to my brother. So
Yeah.
that's why it's like
Special.
really special to me. I was like, for him, I'm gonna win another decade because I've only done like 5 ever.
Nice.
So
That's it.
that one sticks out. Yeah.
What about oh yeah, give me another example. What's the second favorite in that? Or maybe not from that video, from something else, but what of all time, all the shit that you filmed.
The one I can think of now was just in the Midfits video with Josh. I did a Predator over whip over the L rail. And that one was special because he showed me that spot probably 3 years ago. And I called that out. And then I visited him a couple times since, and we just never made it back to that spot.
Yeah.
And then last time I
Is
visited...
it like a square planter or no?
Yes.
Different. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just long enough to Predator, and then you got to
then
hop out over the
it.
L.
Yeah.
And so last time we went, I told him I really, really wanted to do that. So being the good friend he is, he took me straight from the airport. Straight from the airport right there, and I blew it that night.
Oh,
Tried
hell.
it for like an hour, and I was like, dude, it's just not happening. And then next night or the next night, we're sitting at Ethan's house, and it's probably 11 p.m. And they were talking about the plan for tomorrow, and I was like, oh, so we're not going back for that Predator whip, huh? And he was like, Zach, if you really want to do it, let's go right now.
Nice.
And we like looked at our phone, like, bro, it's like 11:30.
Fuck it.
And he was like, if you're down, I'm down. Fuck it, let's go.
Hell yeah.
Drive all the way down there, pedal over to it, and it took a good hour that night. So by the time I landed, it was like 1:30 a.m.
Nice.
In the middle of Chicago, and
That's sick.
it was to the point where I was about to give up. Like
and
all
then you push through and
pissed.
you get it. There's no better feeling, dude.
Mhm.
That's amazing.
It felt really good.
Where do people watch that video?
YouTube.
It's called
It's called
Midfits?
Midfits and Friends, Volume 1, I believe. It's on Dig.
Okay. Midfits and Friends, Volume 1.
Mm-hmm. It's a good
On
video.
Dig.
Those are all my boys.
What about behind the lens? What's your proudest moment?
Oh boy.
Because I get off on filming a clip really well. Like I'm like, oh, I filmed the shit out of that.
filmed
Even
it
with
so
iPhone
good.
clips, dude. Like I yupped the shit out of that one today, dude.
That's a tough one because a lot of bangers I would long lens.
Yep.
And like when you long lens, you pretty much know you're gonna get it.
Yeah,
You're
but there's
usually
still an art
more
to it.
stoked on a fish.
Yeah, it's
'cause-
way more
'cause
fun to
it's
film
harder.
fish. Yeah.
It's really tough. I really like the Tyler clip where he did the 1-bar Smith Cab Manny
Yep.
180. I really like that one.
Well, that was pretty perfectly filmed, especially for the trick. It's crazy how much consideration you have to put into like, all right, which way is he spinning? What's the best side for me to be on
Yeah,
to see
especially
the bar
when he
spin?
spins both ways,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
all the time. His bar over the rail to 3 over the rail, I was always self-conscious that I didn't have a board that day and I had to run.
Yeah.
But I'm very proud at how fast I ran and how steady I still kept the camera.
It's hard,
It
dude.
sounds kind of stupid.
No,
but
it's hard.
When I watch that back, I'm like,
Well
you did
done.
all right.
Yeah.
You did
We just filmed a clip today, and I'm bummed on how bumpy I was while I was running. Like, both of the tricks are filmed well, but in between, I'm running with the camera, and it's just not that smooth. You know,
But the
it's hard.
second you got off the bike, I like landed it.
Yeah.
Somehow it was. I knew it was like bugging me.
Well, there's something about no hate on people who film on bikes, but like you can't get low, and there's not as much control.
You
and
can get a lot lower on
I'm
a
reaching
board.
over the handlebars and holding down, and it's just awkward, and I can't have as much like, you know, finesse with it.
You
But,
can
like,
get lower on a board. You
there's
can like
also a look
fully
to that.
crouch down.
Yeah, exactly. On the board, so much more control and swerving, and it's way easier. Even on feet, it's better. But there's something special about like Bob Sherbo riding his bike, filming, and Navaz, I think, does it too. I think Navaz might have skated more, but Sherbo in particular, just on the bike. That's like, and it's the coolest shit because they just talk shit about it. They're like, we already on a bike. Why we got to bring a skateboard? You know, it's so good.
See, I'm such a shitty skateboarder that if I hit a big crack or a rock, like I'll fall.
Yeah.
I gotta just get off and run anyway.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever broken your camera while skating?
I fell with it a couple times, but I never broke
You
it.
saved it?
Never broke it.
Nice.
I've hit it off the ground, but saved it enough that
It's
it
okay.
didn't fully break.
One time I was filming the Wonder Twins in Surprise, and I dropped off. So like he didn't land the trick, and then I'm just casually dropping off a curve on my skateboard, and then next thing I know, I'm face down on the ground, and the camera is in 3 pieces. Like the lens got cockeyed, and I threw it across. It skid across the street, and then head butted the curb, and I was like, I looked up, just, oh no, oh
No, I usually can
a
save
risk.
it. I'll hug it and just roll.
Yeah,
but
you
and I'm
learn.
just filming with the DVX, so
Yeah.
if I upgrade to something more expensive,
Dude,
I'm gonna
yeah.
be even more careful.
It's kind of spooky bringing out expensive gear for
Right.
BMX. I saw Justin Benthian's A7S2, and it's just like, man, like that thing looks like it's been through warfare. Out in the streets filming BMX, your camera's gonna get fucked up.
yeah,
Like I don't know how.
pretty much a given.
I've heard that Rich Foreign is super like low key, doesn't really care. He's super minimal and doesn't worry about his gear. I'm trying to think of like Christian Regal bringing out his red. I want to talk to him about that, like the stress of doing that type shit.
Right.
That's it becomes a
Imagine
full
dropping
production.
that.
Yeah, exactly. I still it's like
Like if I drop
seared
my
into my brain.
DVX, like
Yeah, it's
alright,
fine,
no
right?
big deal.
It's built for it. That's the way she goes. All right, there's other questions that I always ask at the end. Proud clips, Mount Rushmore. Who was your first like BMX idol? Who was
Oh.
the first person you
I know
geeked
this
out?
one. Doyle.
Chris Doyle.
Yep.
Yeah, because he's in Pittsburgh.
He's
you know?
from
Yeah.
the same city I'm from.
Sick.
He's our local hero.
At the Wheel Mill. Is that where?
That's where I've rode with him before.
Yeah.
'Cause
Me too.
it's
I
like
get to
the
meet him at-
indoor-
where there's like box jumps.
Yeah.
All around the place.
You've
yeah.
been there?
Yeah, when I was working for Sabroso, we went there.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know you've been there.
We might have been in the same building at one point if you came to a shop stop or something
No,
back then.
probably not.
You might have.
But way before he would have even appreciated me as a rider, like when I was super young,
Yeah.
we met him at the skate park one time, and my buddy I was with saw him like get out of his truck, and he's like, "That's fucking Chris Doyle.
Oh my God, this Chris Doyle.
That's Chris Doyle. Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
God, oh my God.
And I was like, "Who's Chris Doyle?"
Yeah.
And then
Haven't you ever seen his video parts?
he gets out of his truck. My buddy's like, "Are you Chris Doyle?"
Just yelling down.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris Doyle.
But through growing up, I mean, he was around all the time, and
He's
I've
humble,
had
he's
conversations
nice.
with him,
Yeah.
but I doubt he even would know who I am if
He
you asked
probably
him.
would, man.
Maybe.
He's not a jerk.
What's
He's
funny
so
is
nice.
they have trails that they rode in Pittsburgh. They call them graveyard trails, and my uncle through marriage, so it's like my uncle's sister's boyfriend.
Okay.
My uncle, but not
Yeah.
like blood. He rides those trails and was good friends with Chris Doyle. And so once I got a little older and I found that out, I would go talk to him and be like, "You know Bill, my Uncle Bill. That's my
Hell yeah.
Uncle Bill. I'm
Chris,
his nephew."
Come here.
And
That's
now Doyle gave one of his old bikes to Bill, who gave it to my cousin, who's 14.
Nice.
So my 14-year-old cousin's riding around on a game-used Chris Doyle frame right now.
That's pretty sick,
It's
dude.
pretty fire.
And the cycle continues. man.
Yep.
Your cousin might get the bug and get hooked.
Maybe. maybe.
It's wild how that works, man. I don't
Mhm.
know. Cause like just thinking back, reminiscing on the beginnings of getting into BMX and then where we are now, it's weird. This became it can become your whole life and where you meet all your
Oh, yeah.
friends. And like you said earlier, it's a family. Like sometimes I'll mention to people like, yeah, I think I could probably go most places in the world and figure out a place to stay just through BMX.
100%.
It's so cool.
And I've advocated for this before because I grew up playing hockey, and I would never go to another city and be like, let me just hit up some hockey players.
Yeah. There's something about the fact that it's like
They'll let me
scarce.
stay with
There's
them.
less BMX
Yeah.
riders than there are hockey
You go to
players,
any
probably.
city you want. I actually, when I was moving here, driving across the country, I didn't have a plan from Kansas to Phoenix, which is really far. There's a stop in between no matter what. And I got to about Albuquerque, and I have to embarrassingly admit, I mainly stopped at the skate park because I wanted weed. I was
Nice.
going to go to a hotel and just go to sleep, and I was like, no way you're going to be able to just go lay down in a hotel and go to sleep. So I was like, let's find the nearest skate park
Go get some
and
weed.
let's go find some weed.
Sick.
Because that's, universal.
Yeah.
You
there's
go to a
always weed at
skate park,
parks.
you'll find some weed. Go to a skate park, shit you not, 10 minutes, had weed in my hand.
Nice.
And then I bumped into a kid named Preston Cawthorn.
That name sounds familiar. I know that
He's
too.
a Albuquerque guy.
Yeah.
And we started riding and having a little session and bullshitting and found out who each other were. Turns out we followed each other on
Yeah,
Instagram.
it's wild how that
We
shit
knew
works.
who each other were, but when we started riding, we didn't even mention our names. We were just, hey,
Yeah.
what's up, man? Like, blah, blah, blah,
How
blah.
you doing,
and
bro?
started
Yeah.
bullshitting. And throughout the night, we're hanging out, this and that, and then time to leave. And he goes, hey, bro, like, you want to come to my house, chill, have some beers? You can crash if you want. Because I explained I'm
Yeah.
on my way, moving. I was like, I'll buy them. I'll buy the beers. Let's go. Let's go. And then so I had a free place to stay that night.
That's rad.
And I owe him a lot for that.
I love
I
it.
need to see him again. I haven't seen him since, and he's a really good guy.
Which park? Do you remember? Los Altos, maybe?
I wouldn't remember the name. Honest
Is
to
it
God.
big? I remember the
It's
Sabrosa
pretty
Death
big.
Race that we did there. It was so fun.
It's pretty big. I just
Big, and then
remember
there's
mapping
Pyramid in
it,
the middle.
and it was like the closest to my route.
Must be, I don't know. I would guess it's
Yeah.
Los Altos.
It might be.
Shit.
I'm not gonna act like I know what it was.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Albuquerque is one of my fondest memories. We did a Sabrosa and Albuquerque video, and I love that trip. I love that city. It's fire. So many good spots, and
Mhm.
just like, yeah, one of my favorite BMX memories. What's your favorite BMX memory? Your trip, maybe.
That's a tough one.
You haven't been like sponsored on a team and traveled with a team, no?
Uh-uh.
But you've done plenty of trips.
Oh, tons.
Yeah.
I've told a lot of people my fondest memories are when my friends visit me here or when I go visit
That
my
is the
friends.
best.
My
Yeah.
Chicago homies in particular, my Pittsburgh homies that I grew up with have come out to visit. That was an awesome week.
Yep.
Chicago homies have come out 2 or 3 times, both times just every day, every minute, laughing, constant, just
Filming, riding,
jokes. Yes.
drinking,
just the
smoking.
best
Yeah.
weeks you can possibly imagine. And then when I go visit them too, just same shit.
Same deal. It's so cool bringing new energy into a place, and then it's all contagious, and then you're like, let's go ride and film, you know?
I don't necessarily have one that stands out. And even like I'll go to Long Beach recently. I hang out with Milky, Ison,
Yeah.
Chris.
The boys.
Oh yeah, I have every
Chris
one of
who?
those. Chris Kerrigan
Chris
is his last
Kerrigan.
name.
I know him, yeah.
I think you've met him.
Hi, Chris.
But
I would
those
recognize
boys are
his face.
awesome. Zach Mielman lives there too. I always have a really good time when I go out and hang with them.
Yep.
Trying to do that
Good lads.
in 2 weeks. Go back out there. We always try to figure something out, but it's tough.
Facts.
It's only 5 hours away. But
It's easy.
I'm not gonna go for one day,
Yeah.
so we got to make sure we plan right. So we have like 3 days to hang.
Yeah. I need to do the same because I got my lady. She lives out there.
Yeah.
What was I about to ask? Oh, lady. How's your love life? You got a lady?
Nah.
Fuck ladies. We don't need ladies, dude. Who needs them?
Nah. I got one. I got like my sights set on, but she don't live in Phoenix, so we're just kind of going with the flow.
Nice.
I've never been one to get too involved in that. I kind of do my own thing.
You're not swiping on Tinder at the spots?
No.
I remember I used to
No.
do that, dude. Traveling
I
and
think I got too much pride for
Tinder
that.
swiping. Yeah, it gets pretty old, and it's almost depressing because you're just like window shopping, and it's infinite. Like you could swipe all day, every day for weeks, and then never run out. It's ridiculous.
Why put all that effort in for something that's meaningless? Like I've had my fun. I've fucked around, like everyone has, and
ready for the real deal.
more or less looking for something real. So
Yeah, that's dope. And then
if it ain't it, I'm out.
it happens the moment you stop trying to look for it.
Yeah.
And that's dope.
Well, then you get in my situation where you're not looking, and it's been like 3 years and you haven't found me. But
I ain't coming 3 years.
no, not like that.
Have you ever? What's the longest you've gone no fap? Have you ever done that?
It's for losers.
It's refreshing. I've been on it.
It's just for losers.
Well, then call me a loser,
Haven't
brother.
you seen Wolf of Wall Street?
Oh yeah.
Get your numbers up. Dude. I'm in
Yeah.
like 5 a day.
Those are rookie
No, I'm
numbers,
kidding.
son. You got to release the beast. What's your favorite movie? Wolf of Wall Street's a great movie.
Oh, my favorite movie. That's tough. I like comedy movies mostly.
That's a hard genre these days.
That is a really tough. What is my favorite movie? Oh, Walk Hard, John C. Reilly.
I gotta watch that. I don't think I've seen it.
It's a Johnny Cash Walk the Line spoof.
I like that. Walk Hard.
And to
I'll
be
watch it.
honest, the reason I say it's my favorite movie, it really is one of my favorite movies to watch, but the whole gimmick is his brother died, and then he's trying to be double great for him and his brother.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I'm like, well,
that's
that
pretty
ain't fucking fitting. Like,
dude.
yeah, that's me right there. I'm trying to be good enough for both of us.
Yep, that covers all the bases.
Yep. So
Man.
that's it. When I first watched that movie, I teared up, and it was well before the shit happened. So like once it did, I was like, that's my fucking movie right
That's
there.
my fucking movie right there.
I got you. I'm gonna hold it down.
Yeah.
Hold it down.
But you gotta be double awesome. That's a really good
gotta.
attitude.
Gotta
Yeah.
try.
Yeah.
Not saying I'm awesome or anything, but
You're double
I'm
awesome.
gonna give it a shot.
You're splendid, man. Your effort, your talent, it's great. I'm really glad that we're gonna get some clips for Mediocre, whether or not it turns out to be a full part. Do you know how much footage you have with me for this?
I don't. The problem is there's probably 10 clips I hate that
Yeah, of
you
course.
have
Always.
that you're gonna use.
We'll see.
There's a couple. I'm gonna make sure I come over and like
The one we
delete off
just
your
filmed,
computer.
dude, where you did a line tooth and then the pegs over whip.
Yeah, that one's
We were
good.
synchronized.
That one's good.
Filmed perfectly.
I'm
Executed
very proud of
perfectly.
that one.
I'm so stoked on
There's
that
a
clip.
couple back in the day I filmed with you that I just know in the back of my head.
Oh yeah,
not
because you
stoked on.
started. You came out and you would just do goofy shit. You did the You did the wheelbarrow.
I'd be
which
all
is
excited,
legit.
like,
You did
I get to film with Bobby. Let me just do something. And then now I'm looking back, like, dude,
did a
that
wheelbarrow to
sucks.
drop. It was sick, dude. If you don't let me do that,
Me and Chadwick went to that spot recently, and it sunk like a good foot into the
the
ground.
loading dock thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not as
interesting.
high anymore.
Huh?
It's
cool.
not a cool spot anymore. It's only like 2 feet off the ground.
What is it? It's like a truck.
It's a trailer
Yeah.
that they load
Cars
stuff
on.
into a semi truck on.
Yeah.
It could be cars. I don't
Yeah.
know. But yeah, it's in dirt. And me and Chadwick
Just
just went
sank
back,
down
and it is
after
so
the
low.
rain?
You could hop up the other side now.
Oh no shit!
It's that low.
That makes it more tempting to me to ride. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
See, when we went back, I said, "Man, Chadwick, this isn't even cool anymore."
So what is this project you're working on with Chadwick?
We don't have a
Ryan
point,
Chadwick.
or a gimmick or anything. We just
Do you get free bagels?
I was one of the first people to go taste one.
Nice. How are they?
Oh, they're so good.
Bagel Wick.
He knows what he's
At
doing.
Bagel Wick on Instagram.
Yeah.
Our friend Ryan Chadwick, the filmer for everybody, the great filmer.
He kept
He's
it
also
secret too. He one
very
day just
passionate
like
about bagels.
posted about it, and I was like, dude, I didn't know you were all about bagels
He's
like that.
all about bagels. It's
and
crazy.
I went over and tried one, and holy crap, it was really good.
Fantastic. I still have yet to try one, so
It's very good. Make
I-
sure you
I
get
will.
on it for the next weekend.
yeah, I will.
They're
But
good.
that's funny because it came up when I was losing weight and I was talking to Chadwick about health and how to lose weight and just like low carbs, and he's like, I don't know, man, I love bagels.
Me and him
he
have a
looks great.
similar like Slender Man build too.
Yeah.
I live
For
off
real.
bagels.
There was a point where Chadwick was a little stocky, but
Really?
I don't know what because I don't know, he just must not eat that much and he doesn't drink that much, so it's fine.
I have a hard time picturing a
right?
stocky
Yeah, you should
Chadwick.
watch I Got Work and I Got Work Part 2.
All right.
I think it was I Got Work that he was a little bit. It was never fat, but a little bit bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have a necessary goal or anyone we're doing it for. It's just us, and
Yeah.
he when I released my Burnin Up part on YouTube, he watched it and texted me like, "Dude, I just rewatched your stuff. Do you want to work on a project?" And
Nice.
I'm pretty sure I like ran out of my room and showed my roommates. Like,
Chadwick was the film.
Chadwick wants to film.
Yes.
Oh my god.
He can get me on Shadow.
And we're both like so busy, and it's definitely a slow race, but
Yeah.
it's cool.
It's good to have like a project hanging over your head. Like,
You can tell how experienced he is because he's coached me through things probably every time we ride.
Nice,
And
yeah.
he kind of has already figured out how my brain works and that I overthink the shit out of everything.
Yep.
And he's
He's
always
good at
there
that.
to talk me down and
Yeah.
simplify it and be like, dude, why don't you
Yeah.
just do it?
Yep.
He's
Man,
the man.
He really is the man.
Yeah, he's
I
so
love
sick.
him, and he changed my life when I don't know if you've heard this story, but I got sponsored by GT, and it was my first Interbike, and I was getting walked around Interbike while all Chadwick and his boys were like over in the corner, and I'm like so stoked. I'm just buzzing, getting walked around by, I forget who was showing me around, but I'm on GT now, and you know we're at Interbike, and it's a big deal, and I'm just smiling, walking around, and Chadwick walks by, and he goes, "Get over yourself." And it just singed into my brain, and I was so young and sensitive, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh my god.
And then I got over myself, and it was a good piece of advice.
Oh, you know he was fucking with you too.
Yeah, I think so. But I took it very seriously, and I was like, "Oh man!" And
Oh,
even
he's
to
so
this day, I'll
funny.
still bring it up to him. Get over it. It's been like it's literally been 15 years since then. But love Chadwick, man.
Oh, I can picture him saying that.
Speaking of Arizona scene, I guess not Mount Rushmore, but who do you think are some notable people in Arizona that people might not know about? We covered, Tyler Phipps
Obviously,
might be a
Nick and Tyler.
secret, yeah.
No, we already talked about them. It's a tough
That
one,
is a
dude.
tough one.
We got Chandler and Brian back on the scene now.
Yep.
And Chandler's got so much energy, it's hard to even comprehend.
Yeah.
He's
go!
on it. He's on it.
Yeah.
Brian is on the opposite end of that spectrum where he's got ungodly amount of skill, but not like the motivation Chandler has.
Yeah.
But he's got it. Brian, I know you're listening. Get the fuck outside.
Hello,
Let's
Brian.
film some clips because you're good as fuck.
He sure is.
Hayden's back now.
Stoked on
I'm
that.
trying to help him knock the cobwebs off and get back to his old self because I tell him all the time he's better than I am and he needs to get
He's
back
pretty
on the
fucking
horse.
good. Hayden Schimmel.
Who else in the Arizona scene? We got a lot of guys that are riding a lot.
Joseph Carrillo's really good.
He's riding a lot.
Oh shit, we got to talk about your contest coming up.
Ooh,
What's it
yeah.
called, and where is it going to be, and
I
how can
ended up-
people get involved?
I ended up calling it the Phoenix BMX Winter Classic
Dope.
because I wanted to rub it in to the rest of the country because I'm a dick that our winters are awesome. Our winters are our summers.
They
because
really are.
in the summer here in Phoenix, we sit
Stay
inside,
inside, yeah.
because it's 110. But in the winter is when we thrive. So I wanted to rub it in, and I wanted everyone to make a video. And we had 10 teams at first. 4 ended up actually making a video, and we're going to have a premiere at Spinelli's on March 3rd,
Boom.
8 p.m. And we're going to judge it.
Spinelli's, 8 p.m., March 3rd in Tempe, and we got 4 videos, and I'm a judge. You're a judge?
I'm a judge. Nick's a judge.
Nick's a judge? Rat Boy?
I
No.
gotta talk to him.
We'll see
He
if
said
Fat
he
Boy's a
would,
judge.
but I gotta make sure he's
Yeah.
like free.
What a diverse group of judges. I'm
I
excited.
know.
I'm going to judge the filming. You guys can judge the writing.
Hell yeah.
That's fun.
I'm very excited for that. My whole gimmick with that was, like you mentioned earlier, at my premiere was the best night of my life. That feeling of people watching your content and you get a live reaction
Mm-hmm.
made me feel like I was on cloud 9, and I just want to share that with other people.
That's dope.
Regardless, obviously it's not a full length, but it's still something you put heart and soul into, and to get that feeling, I just want to show everyone how cool it is to spend a little more time and make something and then have a premiere.
Yep.
Because you kind of put me on to, like, premieres are the coolest shit you could do.
It really is the best.
It's the coolest
Yeah.
shit you could do.
My first one, I felt like I could die after. I was so
No,
buzzing.
my
Yeah.
God. I felt like
Yeah.
a famous person the
I felt
next day.
finished. She's like, I'm done. Okay. And especially if you put in a lot of time and effort into it. And
Yeah. I was
That
crying at my premiere.
yeah, it's a emotion. I filmed you crying at your premiere. It's
Yeah.
going to be in your mediocre part.
Clay and like Justin Benthian dapped me up and told me it was
So
sick,
good,
and I'm
yeah.
crying. I'm like, thank you so much.
It's a beautiful thing, right? Anything else? Let's wrap this up.
Anything else? Man. I don't know.
That's it.
Thanks to mom and dad.
Shout out mom and dad.
Shout out the fam.
I wonder if my parents ever listen to this podcast.
Right? Mine probably will.
Yeah.
Mine probably will. Shout out the fam. Shout out Pittsburgh. I have a lot of pride in being from the eastern side of the continent. I think dealing with the weather kind of helps you build character.
I agree.
It's a theory I just kind of developed now that I don't have to scrape my windshield or like
Yeah.
shovel the driveway anymore. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, kids who have to do this are tough.
Snow sucks.
Yeah.
Snow's cool to visit. It's not cool to live in.
Yeah.
I used to live in Virginia.
No shit.
Yeah. We would have 6 feet,
Shout
6
out
feet
to
of snow
my
sometimes.
sisters, Brianna and Gabrielle. They're awesome. Shout out to Tyler and Nick. Shout out to Chadwick. Shout out to you.
Oh, yeah. Who's your favorite filmer? Who's better between me and Chadwick?
I refuse to answer that. I absolutely refuse to answer that.
I'd say Chadwick's probably more consistent, and it's HD, and he's really fucking good, so I'll let him have it.
I refuse to answer that.
Keep going with your shout-outs.
That's about most of them. Shout out Kyle Mon. Shout out Phil Gershkovich, my boss.
Boss man Phil.
And shout out my roommates Hayden and Brian.
We love him. Is Hayden your roommate, or is he?
Yeah, he's here, man.
love
He's
it,
moved
dude.
in. Shout out
Advice.
Trip.
Advice to young, hungry kids. That's another piece. What would you say to yourself going back in time? I don't know if you ever were the young, hungry kid of like, oh, I
No,
want to
I
get sponsored and
was.
do it. Yeah. What would you say to him if you could go back?
Don't set your sights on getting sponsored. Like, it sounds cool. Obviously, every kid wants to be like, yeah, I'm on this, I'm on that.
Yeah.
But, like, just do it because you love it. Like, if you want to make content, if you want to film, if you don't, that's cool. If you just want to ride, that's cool. Like, but just do the shit because you love it. Don't do it because you want attention or want a sponsor, want to brag. Like, if you love the shit, you love it. If you don't, you don't. That would be my advice.
That's good
like,
advice.
Don't come into this thinking you're gonna be the next Matt Hoffman and
Yeah.
make $1 million, because you're not.
Ain't gonna happen.
You got to give back to BMX because it don't owe us shit.
It is what you make of it, you know?
Right.
So organize trips and go hang out with your homies and make a video and have a premiere.
That'd be my advice. Go on trips with
Yeah.
your boys. That is the best shit you will ever do.
And you learn more doing that than you do in school. Like
For
just
real.
traveling and going new places.
For real.
All right, y'all. That's it. Thanks for watching. How did we do? We did almost 2 hours, and we showed you Burnin Up.
Beautiful.
At least the majority of it. When he puts out the rest, go enjoy that.
Now I have to post it.
Yeah, you absolutely do. Zach,
right.
thank you.
Thank you.
Chip.
Love you.
Trip, thank you for being here. And hopefully this turns out okay. This is the first
Right.
time watching clips through this streaming thing. So, all right. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Hello, you've reached the end of the video. Thank you for watching another episode. I'll see you next week. I don't really have anything else to say. Hope you enjoyed that. Zach's dope. Go follow him on Instagram and go buy Burnin Up or just wait until he puts it out like tomorrow. Okay, have a good day. Bye.